witnessing for them.
Oh, God.
Would like you guys to come with me.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a pyramid scheme.
Just saying that, there is a place open at the table of our Lord Simon for all of you.
Who's Simon?
Simon is what he says.
Now you're asking the right question.
I'm glad you
Let me
asked.
tell you.
Let me fill you in.
All right, I'm done with this bit. It's getting too real.
Alrighty. Let me get this sucker cooking on the full screen mode.
Full screen mode.
Now I gotta whip out the old OneNote.
What is OneNote?
Seriously?
That's the Microsoft note-taking thing?
Yeah.
Ew.
Whatever,
I mean,
man.
I use Evernote, and I've only met one other person that uses Evernote, so...
I used
What
it
the
very
frick?
briefly like 10 years ago.
Google Docs.
I was going to say, there's this beautiful invention.
Yeah, as soon as Google Docs gets as organized as OneNote, let me know.
Google
That
Docs.
is true.
Wow, you're really loud, Whitney.
That was really loud. I'm kind of shocked because I actually have her turned down.
Yeah, Whitney, we don't want to hear you for the rest of the night.
That's not true, Brittany. You can talk as much as you want.
Okay.
I think your
You
microphone
are
is
always
not
welcome at my
down.
table.
Oh,
I honestly don't know which microphone I'm presently using.
It sounds clearer than the one you had last time we were all together.
That's interesting.
I don't agree with that.
Neither should be good.
Doesn't sound clearer.
They're array.
Well,
Me.
They both sound like array microphones. Because they are.
the other one that I can't remember the last time, but I think it was the last time I think it was last Wednesday. She popped in to chat for a minute, or we acknowledged her, and she sounded like she was on the moon. So this sounds much better than that. So
Oh.
Huh. I didn't get that last time.
I have no idea what's being talked about anymore.
Scientology.
Oh.
we're confusing Whitney with our differing inputs on her
Yeah.
Very interesting.
voice output quality.
We have a lot of shit.
It's almost like you're pretty high level.
I mean, it's just a bunch of shit in a bag.
That's what happens when you have a bag of holding and you just put things in there and don't bother to organize it.
Well, we don't have very many opportunities to sell it.
Well, I don't agree with that.
We just keep putting stuff in. I mean, this stuff we haven't had a chance to all the shit that I have in my bag right now that's causing this huge
I
list is
recall
stuff
there-
we found between the night where you murdered everyone in the church and the day we came here.
Okay. I guess that maybe is true.
You can pick up a lot of shit if you put everything that you find in there.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. So last time we left off, actually let me get the old roll going. Random party member, Senior Ilix.
Cool. So we picked up where we had killed the guy who apparently was the vizier, or who we think is the vizier. I don't know that we've ever confirmed that, but it turned out that he had worms in his head. We finished looking over the pipes that were on the wall in there, along with a painting described as the Conqueror, which is Undiomede, whose house we are in. We pursued the worms and found that 2 of them had gone outside, which is still very concerning to me. And that one had apparently slipped through one of the stones, and upon closer inspection, we found that the medallion that the vizier was wearing slotted into a depression on the wall and revealed one of the standing stones occupying the main room to be an illusion, which we passed through.
Just to retcon just briefly here, there is actually, I put this in Discord, but you guys may have missed it. There is actually a mention of, so it's actually a phase door that you went through.
Okay.
But there is mention of it leading to a stairwell that goes down. So kind of what I was imagining as retcon was that you got to the other side, you guys explored the building there, and then Ilix had a thought that she should have been able to find the trail of that slug that got away. And if you go back to the phase door, I'm just kind of imagining that there's like a trap door you guys walked over. It's kind of my thoughts.
That makes sense. So we moved through the phase door and did a little bit of exploring, found an old dining room. We moved further in and we come across a tick swarm, which very nearly ruined us as people and as characters. And we exhausted a lot of our throwable stuff because, that's the things that we could do. They don't really give a shit about arrows and swords and stuff. So we make our way back inside after kind of kiting the critters out, and we found a cultist and another what looked to be another vicar or another higher ranked member of this cult holding a babby who
we had to rescue those guys from that babby, dude.
Yeah,
and got him.
The cultist took the baby in 2 hands and nearly beat Plea to death with it.
Yep.
I don't have that in my notes.
Jack came from him. As soon as he kicked through the door, just bam, two-handed baby swing.
It's a Vorpal infant, and he rolled low enough that it didn't take his head right off. So after a nice little fight, we secured the baby without injuring it and slew the 2 cultists. We did stabilize the senior cultist or vicar or whatever he is, and saved the baby, who I think is in Plea's possession.
I think you actually
distinctly remember grappling the guy with my legs and saving the baby.
I recall that I believe you saved the cultist. I don't think you saved the higher ranking
we saved
guy.
The higher up was the one that I was grabbing, and that's the one that we saved.
Okay.
Because the other one was dead, like super dead, super dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got great sword splatted.
Oh yes, yep, it's coming back to me now.
+5 Vorpal Sonic graded.
All right, so I believe you guys were in that room and had just defeated them. That's the wrong place.
Plea is
yes, Ilix is not a virgin, just in case anybody wanted to know that.
Why are you telling us that?
It's in chat.
Pay attention to chat.
Side conversation. Travis, we can't hear you if you are talking.
He said that he's not talking much because he thinks he's gonna strap.
Okay.
I woke up yesterday with it, and if I move,
I'm glad that you're really far away because I don't want strep.
Oh, actually, it's the new E-strep.
I'm gonna have to get off here because
you don't want to catch a computer virus, dude.
That's why I always wear a condom while I'm on the computer.
Oh yeah, actually he's fine then.
Log in with rubber gloves on.
No, it's just the condom.
No, that's finger condoms. That's a different thing. Easily confused.
Rubber gloves. It's like where you put your hand inside a condom and you use it like little mittens, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what rubber gloves are, right? Right, guys?
Yep.
Somebody?
Validate me. No, I woke up with it. I feel like shit. My fucking throat hurts when I move my neck a certain way, so I'm trying to talk.
Jeez.
Felt
Perfect.
Streppy might die later.
He got
Yeah,
flea
maybe.
syndrome.
I hope it fucking kills me soon because I don't want to go to work like this.
I know that feeling.
There's nothing worse than going to work sick.
Yeah. Other than just going to work.
I was gonna say, arguably, just going to work.
Just going any day.
Yeah. It's only a matter of a few degrees.
Okay. So, you have 2 bodies on the floor, one of which is still breathing, I guess, and then you have a baby. What do you do?
Plea finds Xenesis and signs with one hand while rocking the baby. Do you think you might be able to channel energy and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak? Healing that guy, and I point to the unconscious man on the floor, and myself.
He might wake up. Are we ready for that?
Plea hands Havelock his rope to tie him up. I guess I could have tied him up on my turn.
I'll tie him.
Yeah, sure.
That's a dex check, right?
I think Havelock is already like, you turn to hand Havelock the rope, and he's just making like goo goo gaga faces at the baby. It's like
I'm not sure. Something's wrong. Are we sure we got all the worms out of him?
Please signs to Ilix and says that it's a custom for human children to be treated like babies. As
a little inquisitor.
They make funny sounds, but so do the babies. That's your channel? Damn, 5d6 is huge.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, 5d6 and
about
2
half health.
Subpar. Subpar roll, unfortunately.
Although low number.
Wow.
Yeah, 11. I'll take it.
That just tops me off anyway. No.
Plea is still rather wounded, but
while we're that guy might, I guess that if that guy's healing, then he's probably starting to stir around. I'm gonna listen to see if I hear any shenanigans elsewhere in the house. With a 34.
Okay. So let's address that first. 34 is pretty stinking good.
Yeah. Just see us like X-ray vision.
Yeah. My spectacles have like little zoom in.
I don't think we have looted these guys. To answer your question, Travis.
I don't think so.
No, we haven't.
I think we finished combat, and then
like immediately logged because it was super late.
Yeah.
But you should have it in your notes if we did.
We did not.
Ilix puts her ear to the wall to see if she can hear any like sounds reverberating through the structure. And beyond like the usual wind outside and maybe some like water movement, you do think you hear, I guess it would sound a bit like scratching sounds. They sound far away though. I don't know that you're able to determine exactly where they're coming from.
I hear something out there, but I can't necessarily track it down. We should still be wary.
Does it sound
like scratching sounds? It's difficult to make out. Doesn't sound like footsteps or anything conveniently identifiable.
Worms don't make scratching sounds, do they?
I suppose they could if they were chewing on something.
It'd have to be some awfully large worms to make scratching sounds.
Well, would you say that the ones crawling into your body were large?
Yeah, fair point taken.
Good.
Havelock kind of puts the tip of his greatsword to this cleric guy's throat and says, maybe we ought to ask him about it when he wakes up.
Plee takes the baby well out of the room, just so that he doesn't see it, and he actually goes outside.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna keep my eyes peeled out here, but like rocking the baby.
Ilix will say to call if you need us,
Did that
and vice
channel
versa.
heal this guy?
Yes.
Okay. He's still
I
unconscious?
believe that was the intention, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Wake him
Kill
up
two
and question
birds
him.
with one stone.
So he's just unconscious then.
Well,
He should be awake now.
Yeah, if he's healed. Let me see.
Well, we stabilized him last time, and he was at
Yeah.
-1 health, so 11 should like heal him up to talking.
Interesting. And he is bound. He didn't really cast a whole lot of spells
Nope.
He
before
couldn't.
before he got fucked.
Got greater command. Then
Silenced.
pretty thoroughly boot raped. Yeah, silenced and boot raped.
Yeah.
Grab that. It's like part of me thinks it would be really funny if like we like take all these precautions and then like as soon as we wake him up, Havelock goes, "Now I've got some quests," and he just immediately disappears, just poofs out of existence. It's like,
Aww.
that did not go the way I expected.
Dimension door, motherfucker.
Well, I'm presently seeing if he has any options that he would use, because if he has them, he would certainly use them.
All during this time, I actually like Plea still looks pretty beat up. I'm gonna offer him a potion to cure moderate wounds if he wants it.
Oh, I thank you. I take it.
It's a +3.
I assume that part of that would be him attempting to assess if he could get any spell off before I cut his throat.
Yeah.
Which would be no. But
I'm just reviewing his stat block because I haven't seen it in about a week.
Yeah. Ilix is watching the hallways and the doors, just to keep an eye out for anybody trying to interfere. Ready to whirl on this guy and put some new holes in him.
I mean, I only have to be respectful with his body after he's dead. So I feel like
fair enough.
And as long as you've got a cleric there, we can keep him alive for a while.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
if we want to get
But-
weird with it.
if you want to start working through all Zidis' spell slots, we'll start, dude.
But isn't that what? Well, I feel like that's more chaotic evil if you start like torturing a person.
I don't.
Only if you torture someone who is not provoked it in any way.
I think it depends on the motivation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Torturing for torture's sake would be evil.
That if it's sadism, that's evil.
It somewhat depends on exact alignment of good as well, because like lawful good creatures would not approve of torture, but I don't think we have any lawful good. So.
Nope.
I'm lawful neutral. I'm not sure that I approve of torture, though.
I mean, I haven't tortured him yet.
Yeah.
But we're
Just while the
contemplating on
subject is floating around.
Yeah, but we can explore this
Clear.
in a narrative way. So,
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the X off of him then, and he is going to start to, I guess, writhe in his bonds. I don't think he has noticed your presence yet. It's more like he's in kind of a dreary sleep state.
Havelock
He's waking up
has
well tied.
a boot on his chest, and I would have tied his hands behind his back.
Okay.
Probably his feet as well, and probably wake him up by like kind of kneeling down and slapping his cheek, just being like, "Hey, little buddy, wake up, rise and shine, rise and shine."
I need to know your CMB.
Cannot imagine he could lose. Sure.
No, it's just for restraints. Rope and bindings establishes a
11.
So he has to roll a 31 to escape artist. Okay. Okay, so you're taunting him basically.
Well, I wouldn't describe it that way. I guess you could.
I mean, kind of being a little. I mean, it's
Pretty much.
patronizing
You're pretty much.
at the minimum. You're like giving him baby talk while he's waking up.
Yeah.
In fairness, Havok was just talking to a baby, so he's probably just still in that
he hasn't
mode.
switched channels back yet.
Sure.
Got some frequencies crossed.
Well, it's gonna be rough for the baby when I start talking to him and I'm still lagging.
This is quite the predicament, isn't it?
For you, certainly. And Havelock's gonna put the tip of his greatsword against the guy's throat and say, actually, now I don't even remember why we wanted to talk to him. I thought we had like a clear question in mind. I know that I had a clear question in mind.
What were you doing here?
They kidnapped a child.
Yeah.
And they corrupted the influence of the church. Used to be a church to Gazra that would give the children, like the firstborn women, to the neighbors. Now it's being corrupted for Dagon. So maybe ask about that.
And this is a male child too, right? This is not the little girl.
Nope, it's
This
a
is
girl.
the little girl.
Oh, it
It
is
is the girl.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to like formulate. I kind of lost the thread of like all the questions I wanted to ask him since last week. Where to start, sir? Yeah, I still don't know what I would even want to ask the guy.
What
Like,
were you planning to do with the
all that.
child?
Yeah, okay. How does it come to be that two servants of Dagon are in possession of an infant child? What are your intentions?
I hardly see that's any of your business. Give me an intimidate.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just realized that I am not scrolled down all the way. That is pretty good. Oh, remind me of the DC again. I need to really write this on my cheat sheet somewhere.
Yeah.
10 plus wisdom plus half level or level.
That sounds right.
Oh.
So
It's 10 plus hit die plus wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh, hit die. Okay.
Yep.
So that's at least that. And then where the fuck is his wisdom? 17 wisdom would be a plus 2.
2.
17's a plus 3.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
16
Oh yeah,
plus 6.
no, you're right, because 18's plus 4. Yep. So 22 on this end versus Intimidate, so you did beat him by 5.
Yep.
Oh, so he's demoralized an extra round, if that means anything.
That's only if I'm demoralizing.
So that's true.
If you succeed,
Okay.
it's just influence an opponent's attitude. If successful, the opponent will give you information you desire, take actions that do not endanger it, and offer other limited assistance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What can I do to get you to not kill me?
Pretty much. So he like, you can see him like look you up and down and kind of assess you whether or not he thinks your threat is legitimate. And you can see this kind of
He just looks up and Havelock has a crazed look, and there's just drool running down his chin, and he's just like constantly mouthing words but not saying anything.
Tell me what I want to know.
and you can see like this moment of realization flash across his eyes, and he goes, "We just wanted to give the child to the neighbors. Are you gonna kill me?"
Let's not get bogged down in details just yet.
No, I feel pretty strongly that I don't want to die. I saw what you did to my friend there, and you have me bound.
Who is in several pieces?
I was like, yeah, he's mostly on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Rendered.
I would certainly prefer to walk out of here in one piece. I need some sort of assurances that you're not going to just murder me outright.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, forgive me if I'm not filled with confidence at that. I don't even know you, elf.
Havelock moves his boot up to the guy's throat and just kind of holds it down for a while until he like struggles to breathe.
Okay, you made your point.
Yeah, I think Havelock is going to be like, I think perhaps, sir, you've misunderstood the cards you've brought to the table.
I think that if I go down, I'm taking you with me. And you see him kind of smirk.
All right. I'm going to sense motive to see if I think that he's bluffing.
Okay. You don't think he is. You do get the sense that he is perhaps overestimating his own ability.
Okay. So that's probably a hunch. I just get like a bit of a hunch that like it's not quite.
You know that he has. You know that basically he probably has something up his sleeve, but that it's not as maybe world-ending as he would have you believe.
Okay.
It's basically trying to intimidate you.
Sort of. Not
well,
quite. He's basically haggling for his position at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he ought to be intimidated.
He is.
Yeah.
That's why he's trying to bargain for his life.
Sure. Man. I used Detect Evil on him. But I'm pretty.
Oh yeah, he's real evil. Yep.
Yeah, he's super evil.
Yeah.
Havelock kind of looks at Xenesis. She said something about like that's why she was here or something like that.
Well, it was more based off going of. So you were gonna potentially, if you're gonna injure him, I'd just heal him enough to where he would die.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck it. Havelock says, I suppose that depends on just how useful you are to us. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll bluff because I mean,
You're
there's
gonna
no
kill
way.
him for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to kill him.
Ooh.
But nobody else is. It's really. I don't think any of us have good bluff. And
So let me see what his sense motive is, but I do think you get a little bit of a bonus just because you've rattled him. I think him being intimidated definitely hurts his abilities.
he's significantly
And
by
lucky
5.
for you,
So
he
ought to be
also rolled poorly.
okay.
So yeah, I'm not going to reveal to you what happened, but he didn't roll super great.
Okay.
So remind me what the bluff was again. You just
the bluff was that Havelock might let him live.
okay.
Yeah.
I would feel a lot more comfortable with my situation if you were to remove your boot from my chest, sir.
Jeez.
You seem to be speaking perfectly fine right now.
Is that the minimum
Okay.
criteria for you,
Right.
Elf?
This is I think, man, I mean, I can't really do a whole lot here. Here's what I think Havelock would have to do in this situation. He would just say, like, oh man, I'm really torn because, like, the only other thing I can think to use leverage here is like the manner of his death, like whether that's like quick and merciful or more agonizing. Because can't let him live, like non-starter.
Well, let's maybe dive back in. So it's like what? Okay, so what do you want to know? Maybe I can give you like an olive branch. Then you will, perhaps back up a pace or two with that weapon of yours. I'm not going anywhere. You have me tied to the floor, or tied up on the floor.
Oh no, you divine caster cleric types. I'd never know what tricks you're gonna pull. And this Dagon fellow.
Ilix chuckles and nudges Xenesis.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I haven't clarified my thoughts very much going into this.
What else do you want to know? Why?
I want to know what other members of your
Where
order
did the
are in
fucking
this.
worms come from?
That's another good question. What's the deal with those seed things we found?
Okay, so let's back up a little. You're throwing a lot at me at once. The first question was, is there others of my order here?
Yeah.
Just us and the vizier upstairs.
Not anymore.
I see.
This is him, and Havelock points to like a bit of gore that's still on his greatsword.
Yes, not a very clean death, it would seem.
If it makes your position any more clear.
It does. I'm not certain that I would really feel a lot more comfortable not telling you this all from the floor, but I suppose you're not giving me much choice.
You're correct. What a keen and deductive mind this one has.
So what was the second question that you posed to him?
Asking where the worms came from, or like something
okay.
about the seed.
Yeah, Ilix was like, what's the deal with these worms?
What's the deal with these worms?
So you see a look of confusion come across his face, and he says, "What worms are you talking about? Like earthworms?"
The mind worms.
I guess it's a little wet around here, but
the ones that crawl into your body, the ones that erupted from the vizier's head when we slew him.
We didn't kill the vizier. The vizier died from some slug spawn that had burrowed into the back of his brain.
An alien creature, not from
Is he
this
actually
world.
genuinely surprised?
He does seem to be surprised, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This seems to be new information to him. But once you mentioned the part where the Vizier's head exploded, you see him kind of connect the dots in his head, and he goes, "Oh, of course. The bodies. That must be what happened to all of them."
The ones at the temple?
Yes, we
The
were
head-
trying to surmise what had happened to them.
So this isn't something that that your order has taken a part of. This is something.
Why
else
would we risk the safety of the villagers? I don't understand why. Who would do something like that?
Well, from what I understand, you all have been taking their babies and transforming them into scum of some sort. So it doesn't seem that far beyond the pale. I can't guess the intentions of evil god worshippers.
Right. I don't really feel like I have much more to tell you.
Is he being obstinate or?
He does seem to be growing obstinate. Yes.
Perhaps we should go find one of the worms.
Yeah, I kick him in the ribs.
Okay.
Pretty hard.
All right. I guess roll me a d6.
Oof.
Just dies.
That's a
He does cough up quite a healthy portion of blood.
He's like,
Nothing about coughing up blood is healthy.
I can't breathe.
The fucking woman who fell out of the grapes.
The grape lady.
She collapsed a lung.
yeah,
You see him
right in the short ribs.
You see him sort of after he collects himself from the pain you just put him in. You see him sort of smirk and he says, "So be it," and he channels energy.
Yeah, I cut his head off.
I'm gonna need reflex saves from everybody.
Well,
I believe it's
will
reflex.
saves.
Is it will? Okay.
It's Will.
Will saves then.
channeling, that means I get the heal regardless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He doesn't know that
I know.
though. So that's going to be 5, 9, 12, 14, and 18 damage.
What was the DC, sorry?
DC is going to be, for his channel energy, 15.
Just missed it. So that was 18 altogether,
Correct.
you said?
Yep.
Okay. Ah,
Are you okay?
yeah. Damn these cultists. Can't we find somebody that gives up easily?
I just like imagine like he channels negative energy and it's just like boom, and Havelock's just like,
Nope, fuck this.
that's a little annoying. That tickles.
Oh, does it not
And
affect
then
you? Oh, no, you willpowered it.
I will say it.
Doesn't that mean you take half?
Half.
Yeah.
Half
Yeah.
damage.
So 9.
How much was it?
It was
for me?
18 total, so 9
total,
for
so
you.
take 9.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to use a potion of cure moderate wounds.
Alright.
Is he dead now? Because he's
Oh yeah, he's
tied
dead.
up and
I cut his head off.
He's been coup de grace.
+3 for a potion.
Yep.
Okay. So, you glean some new information. How does the party feel / interact about this?
I think that was a waste of time.
I feel like
still making funny
Well,
I
faces
think
with
that
the
was an
baby.
utter waste of time.
I don't know what we gleaned from it besides
know
glean
that
anything.
he at least doesn't know
about the
about these
worms.
worms. It may be
Right.
possible that we've stumbled into something more complicated than we thought. If the
And-
worms don't have to do with this Dagon, then I don't know. It
Because
was
he made
my assumption
himself.
that they were born of this dark god, but perhaps there's more afoot here. Maybe even if they had been corrupted, maybe they found some deeper darkness and were trying to preserve their position, such as it is.
Cynesis, what are your thoughts?
It just sounds like this dude was trying to say I'm not as bad as whatever came up, and he's trying to save his people, I guess, or some bullshit. I don't know. I agree with Havelock. Havelock, I think it's time to go and check up on the baby.
It may be that he is not initiated into some of the cult's deeper mysteries, so perhaps.
Well,
I
we
don't
say
know.
that, but we
I
know
think
that
you
the
know that's
Vizier
not
was
true because he's a vicar. The guy you
He's a
knew.
vicar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Vizier
Fair.
was also infested.
Yeah,
So
and he
that
didn't know
leads
about
me-
that.
Yeah, that leads me to believe that these
They're
slug
all
spawn are
unassuming.
are something completely different.
Yeah.
Or they're just unknowing and being manipulated by something even bigger.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, I think that's what Ilix was getting at.
In any case, I do believe he was telling the truth about there being no more clerics of his order in this house. At least
Well,
that,
there's
any that
something
he's aware of.
I don't think we
Probably
got a
more
clear
ticks.
answer on why he took
Oh,
the child.
hopefully not.
If there are more ticks, you've got bait now.
Says the one who was telling us not to threaten the baby all last
Oh,
time.
it's fine. It's all
Oh yeah.
fine.
Oh, you can't sunder a baby. Okay.
But feed it to the test.
I want to point out
A
that
baby.
I was the one who said you can't sunder a baby. Like,
Yeah. Animal Planet has told me that you can do a lot. Anyway, we're not going.
God.
So
we
yeah,
will fight
I
all
suppose
of
we,
you for the sake of the baby.
I think we should make our way outside, and we'll meet back up with.
These signs. What did you learn?
Not a whole lot. It seems that that vicar didn't know anything about the worms, and well, he wasn't terribly impressed by our attempts to glean information from him. He tried to use dark energy against us, and well, Havelock was there, and one thing led to another, as it does.
That was that sound I heard.
Mhm.
You guys don't understand the sign I just used to make that, but
No. Yeah, you somehow sign an onomatopoeia? Like,
Yeah.
Well, no, it's when Steve got stabbed by Dustin's lightsaber. Just that. Stranger Things?
Yep.
Hey,
It's
that's
It's a really good
man.
show.
I haven't seen it yet.
have you still not?
Yeah.
Have you avoided it is the question.
It's the same way I
by
have.
being a hermit.
A
he
hermit.
says perhaps we should explore further and see if we can find where that slug went.
Well,
There's
we have
there's
a baby now.
That is true. We did come here for the baby. Perhaps we should return to town and warn them of the slugs.
We have no place to keep her safe unless we take her back.
Could put her in the bag of holding.
Nope.
There's no air in the bag
She's
of holding.
good for about 15 minutes in the bag of holding.
Babies do know how to hold their breath for an insanely long.
Yeah.
I guess. Just give her
No, they do.
just give her a bag full of air crystals and teach her how to eat them like candy.
I only need to open the bag every 15 minutes. That's doable.
Jesus.
So Ilix will say he he gave us the impression that there weren't any more members of his order here, so whatever we heard might be more of these ambient threats that this house has accumulated.
I
Like
would
these
rather not
bastards
fight
looking at
anyone.
this fucked up burned pile of ticks outside.
Yeah, just coated in fire and Applejack.
Did he and his less fortunate friend have any valuables on them?
Oh, question. Go back in and loot them real quick.
Okay. The vicar has pretty typical gear for himself. There is +1 scale mail, a +1 morning star, a sling with 10 bullets, ring of protection +1, a ring of swimming. Yeah, I'll just fucking copy pasta.
I mean, so far everything you've said
Whoopie
is
pasta.
something I already have on my list. I'm just putting 2s next to them.
There you go, copy pasta.
Oh my god. It's literally the same. It's the best.
Yep. Almost like his stat block is a carbon copy of an earlier stat block.
What? What?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I already have a +1 morning star and everything.
And there is the gear from the cultist.
I feel like I have this somewhere too. Give me a second to find it. I have 6 of these already. What do you know?
Havelock, do you want 5 bolts and I'll take 5 bolts?
We have 60 in the bag of holding. Take as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Never
have
mind.
all the bolts your heart desires.
Really, all of them that you want.
Oh, the crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
I thought you were misreading bullets for a second.
No.
I was like, not particularly.
I don't know how to
Is
tell
that-
you. I don't know how to tell
is
you
that a
this, but you're way wrong.
Masterwork light crossbow like the others were, or is that just a regular crossbow?
It is a regular crossbow.
Okay. I don't have one of those written down, so.
For a second, I didn't see the how it was demarcated in like 2 different posts, and I thought he just had a Masterwork light, and I was like, what is that? Is
Oh,
it
no,
like
you're
a
right.
flashlight?
Masterwork
It's
light
a
crossbow,
mag light.
Masterwork
Okay.
light cross.
You can use it as a club and as a
Cool.
torch.
That actually
No.
it is all the same stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep.
And everybody's got an amulet of natural armor. One.
Yep, we now have.
Yep.
A
3.
bajillion of them.
Gotcha. Throwing on trees.
You really are.
You're level 9, so +1 things are going to be pretty ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have one.
These are all worth 50 gold each, and then we get 9 gold. We get a party pool. Whoops.
Yeah, I think.
9. Okay. Oh, we got an even number now. Everybody gets 9 gold.
Woo!
Yay.
I've never felt richer in my life. Thanks, please.
I certainly have. I have 25 gold.
Alright.
I've been much richer.
So, what are we doing?
We have a choice to make. Do we
I
try
think
to
we should.
deal with this infant?
I
How
think
far
we should.
It's a few hours away back to town,
It's
right?
miles. Yeah, it's a few miles.
Oh, a few miles is nothing.
Or maybe it's like a half day or something like that. It's not super far.
Yeah,
the one with
it's
the map
not
tells.
it's not a day away, but it's not like,
We came here first thing in the
town
morning.
adjacent.
Yeah, Havelock would
How
say
far away is town?
I don't remember that, man. Come on.
Oh, okay.
it's a few
Yeah,
hours.
yeah,
It's like
right.
I
want to
think
do
it's
a
like a 3-hour
health
ride
check
or
on
something.
the child, see if she's okay.
Alright, let me see if I can
Hold on a
find
minute.
that.
Oh,
Wasn't there? Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
how is the health of this girl? So we
Jesus.
don't have to rush.
So the House of Undiomede, first of all, is 2 miles outside of Ilmarsh.
Oh, so
You
that's
should be
like
able to close
like
that
40-minute walk.
Yeah, you should be fine. unless you're really fucking slow.
Yeah.
As far as the baby is concerned, it appears to be in impeccable health. It appears to have been well cared for by these two men.
Maybe we
Well,
should have left him with her and them. I'm kidding.
No.
The baby's in great health.
Things around us tend to not stay in great health, so perhaps we should be
I don't know. Poopsy's
gone with
still
her.
alive.
Yes, somehow miraculously that dog.
Yeah.
Actually,
Although
Have you
Poopsie
met
should have
Poopsie?
just eaten a negative energy like crazy multiple times.
Yep.
Poopsie's the final boss and has just been hanging out with us.
Poopsie was actually a CR20 dire lapdog.
We'll find out
Dire
when we get to the
celestial
final
lapdog.
boss that
Uh,
really
yes.
the tyrant, the Whispering Tyrant, is like the final ingredient is Poopsie.
Basically,
Where my
basically
testicles have locked.
think of it like this: every time we've gained a level, she's probably lost.
Yeah.
So do you guys remember when we did that session and we carried the corpse of the dead dragon across the stage to pretend like he was
Yes.
alive? I like to
Yes.
imagine that Poopsie's been dead a long time and that Havelock just has this fucking taxidermied Pomeranian that he carries around.
Or it's been dead and we got it taxidermied for him, and he's just such a bad pet owner. He
doesn't
doesn't
notice.
Like, come on, Poopsie, you haven't been eating much
Not
recently.
eating anything.
And secretly, like, Ilix is making, like, bark, bark, arf, arf sounds the whole time,
Yeah.
Ventriloquism.
just to maintain the
He
illusion.
just bought a wand of ghost sound.
Wand of Ghost Dog.
Anyway.
That's so sad. Ghost dog, because he's dead.
This is
That got really sad really fast.
It's not canon, but it is my little head fiction.
from one perspective, this has been one giant weekend at Bernie's.
Oh God. Okay, so you guys make your way back to town then with the child. Is that the plan?
Yes.
That seems like a good idea.
We can't take this baby through the rest of the
Fair
house
enough.
with mind parasites.
On our way back.
Yeah,
we,
Ilix is
finish
being
this for a
like
light heal.
Ilix is being like mega aware as we're or trying to be mega aware as we're traveling to
26
town.
is still mega aware, which is the funny part.
So yeah, so if we're in forest, that's a 30.
Okay, hold on just a sec.
Would it be bad taste to go to the shopkeep and sell them all of the belongings of the clerics of their town?
I can neither confirm nor deny the intelligence
I think
of that decision.
I think the sheriff might have a problem with that.
I would also be surprised if this town had enough gold to
That's true.
pay for that shit, because this is a
There's also
podunk
the problem.
little fuck town.
It's also
I-
the problem that
I
people
have-
may or may not have discovered our little massacre by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We left the corpse of the giant monster there. I think that helps
We
explain
couldn't
it.
move it. Apparently, they knew about it. Didn't the parents know about it? They had to
The
go buy it
parents
to
knew
get.
about it. Well,
Kind of.
yeah.
No, they didn't. They went through the secret door.
They
Yeah,
don't
they
even
went on
know
Zion.
about it. I don't.
I think
Well,
we
they
brought
went-
them out there and showed it
brought
to
them out.
them or
I
something.
saw the sign. I don't know. If I went to my local church and I found out that they housed a fucking 20-foot tall monstrous crab bear that fucking ate people, I'd be like, well, I didn't think I was gonna get converted before, but I certainly ain't gonna now.
I mean,
What are you
They're
talking
all
about?
really used
I
to,
will
like,
only
giving their
sign up for
babies-
giant crab religions.
yeah.
Do they just do crab raves? Is that why you're signing?
Yeah.
Well, this Scientology has really taken a turn.
Yeah. They're so modern.
So modern.
So do we hunt down the parents and return the
That's the
Child to
question to me. Is like, what is the moral?
Lee and I were actually talking.
Lee insists that we return it to the parents.
Yeah.
we should
The
probably...
parents gave it up, so
They gave it up, but they were sad about it in the sense like, oh, this is our duty, and now they didn't
now
expect
it's
to
not
ever
their
have
duty,
it.
so
They never expected to like get it back.
We try to give it back, and they're like, "No,
Yeah.
takesies, backsies," and then they run away.
Yeah, I
No,
was gonna say like they didn't seem very like broken.
we were gonna go the dual income, no kids route for a little while and see how we felt about that. And
Oh
you know.
jeez, I'm not sure that's our baby.
Yeah, you'll have to we'll probably have to.
Someone
Did
else's
you get a receipt?
baby. Yeah, I think it's a different.
We can only give you store credit. So
What is store credit in that case? Do we get to make a baby with those people?
Oh boy.
I suppose
It's up to y'all.
for goods and or services. I don't.
Oh. Okay, so we return the baby before we fully merge with the weeds.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Havoc really wants to return the baby to the parents. They were pretty shitty.
That was my argument. I think if we told them,
please signs to Havelock. They might have been shitty, but they did care for their child, and they thought they were doing what was best for it. Now they have a second chance. I don't believe that they will squander it.
Based
And
on what?
is-
They were completely inept, as far as Havelock could tell.
They
They're
were
peasants.
brainwashed, and are peasants. They don't possess
They
even
still
your measly
are.
intelligence.
But they still are. Is like my.
We've
I
reviewed
remember getting like a very like. The feeling that I got from talking to them was that like they were
indoctrinated.
no.
That was the feeling that was
Incompetent.
described to us, was that they were indoctrinated. I don't know if that was necessarily role played correctly, but that was how Darp described
Hey, fuck
them.
you too.
You were tired. It was like 11 p.m. Like,
You're right.
11 p.m. my time, which is like what, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
It was pretty late, but that's all right. It could have
We
been
probably
better.
weren't supposed to like morally challenge them.
Yeah.
And we rolled shit. It's like double that one.
It's okay.
But if we
It's
don't give it
fine.
to them, who do we give the baby?
That's
Yeah.
true.
I detect good and see if there's any good person in that town.
So you just walk around going,
Just walk around like,
You look like you're responsible. Here.
Yes. I just find the strongest good aura in that town. Be like, you have a baby now.
It's a dog. There's just a dog.
I strap the baby to the dog.
It's like,
I mean, I'll be honest. If I had a kid, I'd probably more or less trust it more with an animal than a person most of the time. But then again, I see
Those
too much
people,
stupid shit
sure.
at work.
Havelock detects good, and half of his party doesn't show up. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
Awkward.
So
Ooh.
for realsies though, what are we doing?
Yeah, for real. I was.
Oh, you're gonna scan the whole town looking for a suitable adoptee.
I mean, I guess we can give it to Karen.
We should probably talk to them though.
convince them
Not
that they
just
should
like,
take better
you know,
care of their child than
Yeah, not
giving
just
it away
drop it
to
on there.
yes.
I tried to
Believe in
intimidate them
things that
before
we
they-
believe in, not in
they
things that
seemed
you
pretty,
believe in.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Again, if your religion is feeding people to
Did
church,
they ask us to
Yes, they did.
get the kid back?
They said if we can, then please. That was what they said when we said we were going to try to get their child back.
Yeah. I just remember that they seemed pretty like. I remember getting the impression that like they might not. They might be like horrible people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you do genuinely want to scan the whole town looking for a good person, I will let you, and I will arrange for that to work. But I need to know what the decision is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. So the question to me is simply like, were the parents actually like bad people,
I
or
think
is
you
that just
would've-
the kind of flavor that I
You
took
did
from it?
You did not detect evil on them. Like, you did detect evil on them, but they didn't register as evil.
Right.
Um,
It
He didn't
seems
detect
like
good,
they're
but
The impression that I am was trying to paint for you is that they seem like brainwashed cultists, like people who had joined a cult and believed the shit they were spoon-fed for years.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's responsible to leave that kid with them again.
Maybe not. That's up to you.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I think Havelock would rather keep the kid than do that. Like, give her back to them.
So why don't we have some like in-character discussions about this then? Maybe we can work that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Havelock would
So maybe
wanna,
just like on the
make it
way back
clear.
to town, Havelock has a thought and he feels like he needs to speak up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't think that that we ought to. I've made a decision. I don't think that we can this child back to her parents.
I don't
It's an
think that's
awfully
our
big
decision
decision
to
of you
make.
adopting a child like that.
I think it's exactly our decision to make.
This is not our child. Our job was to find the child and bring it back to the parent.
That's not our job. They gave her away to a cult. Look at what they did. They're brainwashed.
But you can unbrainwash people, and I feel like this
Them?
is because
Good
this
luck.
is.
I signed to Xenesis. Who is going to unbrainwash them?
I
We
don't
do not
know.
I don't know that
please.
we'll find anyone in this town that wouldn't have done the same thing.
I just
This
feel
town
like
is not the safest space for her.
sad that this kid is not old enough to make its own decision, because that's really the person we should be asking.
Fortunately,
We
until
can't
that
right every wrong that we come across, though.
I guess Havelock would kind of look a little bit surprised that you would say that's true, but we are, for better or for worse, we are her custodians now, and we have to make the best decision for the child. I don't think that placing her back into the hands of parents who so willingly gave her up to a cult for sacrifice is the
But-
best thing.
Did they know that she was going to be sacrificed?
Clean outs.
No,
Oh, okay.
well, yeah, actually, I mean, I don't think
They
knew
knew that they everyone knows that their daughters go to the neighbors.
the
But
neighbors
what
don't
exactly
they-
that entails?
They
Right.
think that it's to become wide, right?
No, it is called the fostering. So the girls are always given to the neighbors for fostering.
So they don't fully know the details. So
No, they just know that the neighbors bring good luck, bountiful catches, and like protection for the town.
As far as anyone knows, it is technically a sacrifice. It's just a sacrifice that doesn't call it killing because
functionally they're gone
Gotcha.
forever. So
Yeah, but there's a difference between it's like
They think they
putting
go
your
to
kid
La
up
La
for
Land.
kind of involuntary adoption.
Yeah,
right.
I'm
And-
giving my kid to what I think is going to be a better
Yeah.
life, and in return,
I'm not putting
my
them
town
into
gets
a
good fortune.
slaughterhouse. I'm
Right.
putting them up for adoption.
It's like giving them away to, I don't know.
Scary fish who turn.
Well, what they're
No,
actually
no,
giving
no,
them,
no.
delivering them into is like a fate worse than death. But I don't know what they think their lives will be like. Regardless, I don't think that
I think you already revealed to them that.
they know now,
Yeah.
but they didn't before. But my point is, I still don't think that it's the ethical thing. I don't think that we can responsibly return her to their care.
So if we do give her up then to some better parent that we deem as a party better, what about how are we going to tell the parents? Or we just don't tell them?
I don't think. I think that they abdicated all rights to the child when they gave her away in the first.
But they thought they were doing the right thing. Indoctrinated
I
or
don't-
not.
They've been told
I
since they
don't
were children.
know
what
that
was
they-
right.
Yes.
Please signs that the road to evil is often paved with good intentions.
The question to me is not whether or not it was necessarily moral or immoral. It's, can we responsibly give her back? And
You could always
Havelock,
bring her to a
Havelock
monastery
definitely
and
doesn't.
have her raised in the way of her asthma. That's what happened to me.
Actually, yeah. Havelock nods and says, "Actually, that's an idea." Or I suppose Judge Daramid perhaps might be able to arrange something.
She is
Um,
very far from here, across the nation.
It's true.
It took us quite a while to get here.
It
Do
would,
we have a spell that could get
and it
us?
is deep winter, or we're into winter now.
Minor
The
teleport
child would
child.
survive a trip.
Well, clerics have hella spells at this level.
Well, let me think about it. Maybe if we can rest and I can kind of ponder or look into Pharasma and see what she can tell me.
Yeah.
How long are we
there's
ready to maintain stewardship of this child, though?
Well, she's in great condition, so I presume if we keep...
She's in great condition.
I just imagine
This
like
baby will attract so many parents.
You could fit so much more trauma in this bad boy.
Yep. That's pretty much what
Yes.
I imagined, is that she was
Yeah.
appraising it like a comic book. It's in mint condition, baby.
Yep.
Mid-condition child.
Wait a minute, that's
Hasn't even been read.
So,
This one hasn't even been yelled at by its parents once.
but I'm really enjoying this this character dialogue, so let's keep it going.
So, I think it would depend on who shows up as being a good person in that town. Like there's other merchants and like traveling people from out of town. What was that?
Mhm.
That apothecary lady, I think, was from out of town.
Mhm.
And I
It's
think
very-
that there aren't.
It's possible that if we tell them that this is the child of somebody who sent it to the neighbors down bay, there's every chance that word will get back to the parents and the child will be given back.
Perhaps if
Please signs that while it might not be wise to return the child to her parents to care for her, perhaps having them around is not necessarily the worst thing for the child. In maybe
Were it my child that some stranger had given to another because they decided that I was unfit, there is nothing that would stop me in the world from having my child back.
Mhm. Well said, Ilix.
yeah, but you would never give your child away with so few questions in the first.
Well, and I think that's where faith comes in the picture, because they believed so strongly. And
Yes, that's exactly why I think they're unfit.
And I think what they saw in the temple perhaps made some revelations to them.
I think if we convince them.
Whatever the case, if we want to find a better life for this child, I don't think we'll find it in Ilmarsh.
I agree
Certainly
on
we'll
that
find it
one.
within our party.
Well, if Havelock is gonna go scan the town, which I assume is what happens when you guys get there.
Yeah.
Um,
I
It
guess
ain't
we could
gonna be
also ask
Greedle.
the mayor.
No.
But yeah, I don't.
It ain't gonna be Greedle.
It's literally just his name that I don't like.
okay.
I will
So
not
you-
let another living
And-
creature
and
earn
his
the name
face.
Greedle.
And
You-
his face.
You don't go to the
And his
mayor.
breathing.
Do you ask anything around town? Like, do you have any questions that you ask that maybe are veiled that you're trying to find out, like who's a good person, or are you literally just going around with your fucking good detector?
I feel like we should go to
Eyes
the
will light.
courts and see maybe if there's something legally that could be done?
Go where?
Havelock.
Or is there no courts in
Not
this
really.
fish town?
I don't think in
Okay.
this town. It's a little
Yeah, it's
shanty
pretty
town.
much just the mayor and the sheriff.
Swamp
Yeah.
Law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swamp Law is my new band name.
God.
Uh,
So yeah, what's
well, I what questions would Havelock ask me? Like, so heard any good child?
Heard anybody
heard
who's
any
good and also wants a
truly
baby?
great barren couples around who are also like very like good.
Please signs to have like perhaps someone who is looking to have a child but is incapable.
That nice grandmother, somebody who could yeah, I don't know. How do you go around subtly asking such a specific question?
Oh yeah, no, there's
Well,
this old
okay.
lady.
Well, I'll figure out another way to give it to you because I don't want to spoon feed you the question that I had in mind. So that we can touch on that later, and I'll just log it away, and I'll let you know what I had thought of, and you'll maybe feel a little silly if you're not having thought of something similar, but it's fine. Often the puzzles are more difficult doing them than they are creating them. Yeah. So.
Okay.
I would say that if you go around town with your good detector, you don't find too many people that register as purely good. I don't know if Mayor Greedle does, actually. I think he's neutral. But you're not interested in him anyway. If you go to the apothecary, I believe she would register as good. There's also the man that you met on your way to Ilmarsh, Horace Kroon. I believe he would be good as well, but he doesn't live
Inventor?
actually. Yeah, he doesn't actually live in Ilmarsh. So
Given his history of crashing boats into piers, he may not be the most
well,
safe, if well intentioned.
lesser of two evils, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think that probably your prime candidate is the apothecary. That's who you bonded with the most and have probably felt the most comfortable with thus far, because
Yeah.
she welcomed you, and she's a pretty good person.
She's also not from Ilmar.
True.
Call.
So Havelock, there's this spell that it's called Forbidden Action, and basically I can command a single person to not do something. So I could command one of the parents saying, like, you can't be around this child.
I think that's
at
a
least
pretty short duration.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. It's
It's
duration.
like 1 round per level or
Yeah.
something. That's a good spell,
Good
though.
try. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a very good spell.
Good thought.
Don't sacrifice your child again.
Right.
For at least 6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds.
For at least a minute and a half.
Mm.
They're just sitting there
So-
sweating, looking at the child.
Yeah, I guess
I
would advocate for the apothecary.
I think so, because your short list is probably the apothecary, Horace Kroon, and Greedle, but you didn't check Greedle, so your short list is 2 people.
I mean, I don't. Greedle, honestly, like I just keep expecting
I know.
something like bad to happen. I mean, he sounds like a pedophile. Like,
Okay. So, I imagine. So this is the scene that I'm imagining now. That the party has gathered outside the apothecary with baby in tow, and you are deciding if this is what you want to do.
What if Greedo gives the child back to the parents?
Well, you're not at Greedle's,
We're not-
so it's not even being considered.
Well, I
so-
suppose
Oh,
you'll have to try really hard to get the apothecary not to give her back.
Havelock will take the baby.
It's an awful big responsibility to leave at someone's doorstep.
Well, I'm
We
not
should
planning on
I mean,
dropping
I
her off
could
there.
cast-
Not
Otherwise
literally
we'll know
leaving
where-
at the
well,
doorstep.
it's okay. There's like a life bubble that I could cast that could be all right in the environment for quite some time.
Holding the baby in one arm still, face palms with the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think we both do it at the same time.
Man. I mean, Havelock would probably like.
Plea gestures to knock on the door. But can't actually
You
knock
have
on
one
the door.
free arm. You can also knock on the door.
Can't
You
make
also
sound.
just
Not
like
to.
go in. It's a store.
Sure.
Just imagine like you walk up to a gas station and knock on the door.
Yeah,
Hello,
It's
hello.
It's like
it keeps sliding open, and you're like, "Dang it! Dang it!
Dang it!
How do I know if I can come in?"
Yeah.
We're operating by vampire rules.
yeah, I guess.
Attendant, may I enter?
Yeah, I guess I open the door and walk in and greet the apothecary again.
Oh, hi. Welcome back. No more octopus run-ins, I hope.
Plea
Not
walks through the
this
door.
Yes,
carrying
we're
a
in a
child.
slightly different type of sticky situation.
Oh dear.
Yes, to be honest with you, I've been wrestling with this dilemma much more than I had to wrestle that octopus, which was a considerable amount.
What does she see the baby when you say that, or?
It's probably covered up because it's fucking
Okay.
winter.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
What dilemma would that be?
Plea unwraps the child.
Perhaps I have a potion or oh. Yeah,
Please,
I don't have
It's
anything.
a little late for potions.
I don't have anything that can help with that, dear. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I was gonna make a terrible joke, be like, this
Yeah.
would be a 45th trimester problem. I don't have anything that can solve it at this stage.
Oh no! Don't misunderstand me, dear. I absolutely have things that could take care of that, but I'm not willing to give them to you.
Yes.
Plea signs we wouldn't want them even if you could.
That's not exactly what I had. And I think I just take her into my confidence and explain
Okay. Social contract stuff. Got it.
what?
The social contract? Forget it. Go ahead.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, I would just take her into my confidence and explain what happened, and that Havelock has pretty much just feels that people in this town, especially those parents, can't responsibly care for her, and he's afraid that if he gives her back, she'll just wind up in the same situation later on. And attempts to appeal to whatever better nature she has to help them.
Well, I don't know that I'm necessarily equipped to be a mother, or I would have been a long time ago, but I could probably take care of the child for a few days, and maybe these go off to some orphanage somewhere, or something to that effect.
Is she a traveling merchant, or is she just like she set up shop here?
Are you asking her?
Are you a traveling merchant, or have you set up shop here?
I travel sometimes to go get ingredients and such. Are you wanting me to just sort of take the child along with me on one of those trips and take them to an orphanage?
I think there could be a better home for her.
I think
somewhere.
There's one in Thrushmore, if I remember right. But it's been a little while, I admit.
Thrushmore. That is.
Thrushmore's the town with the
ran
like
before?
super fake religious people, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that
The
the,
town
one
we
with
initially
all the
traveled
zombie
to.
slaves?
No, that's
No.
Carrion Hill.
Thrushmore was to the west of Ilmarsh. It was the city you
That was
stopped
where
at
the
before
stable
you-
was.
Where
Yeah.
the stable shenanigans
Yeah.
were.
But everyone there is just like pretends to be religious, but they're not actually
Yeah,
religious.
but they're still like
Yeah.
they're living a pretty normal life. Other than
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, I think.
unless you've come across a better orphanage in your travels, and I certainly am not as well traveled as adventurous such as yourselves.
Well, there's the Pharasmic church in, I believe, Lepidstadt, but where?
That's like the
I
big
don't know
one.
where it is.
That's real big.
And across
Yeah, it's a ways.
the nation or whatever this Ustalav is
Can you bring us
incorporated
to
as
the big map?
country.
Yeah, I'll
Brett?
take it to world map, sure. You also have a
Thanks.
handout of the world map.
But it's so tiny.
It expands.
Yeah,
Also,
Grave
there it is.
Charge, which is in Lepidstadt.
So tiny.
Your face is tiny.
It is. Thank you. Yay, nice and big. Nice and big.
That's what she said. Lepidstadt is up here. You are down here.
Almost as far apart as places can be.
Jesus.
Yes, I mean, I can't imagine a better place for her than Grave Charge. It's not. I mean, what is it? Like,
Is it something that you could perhaps send a letter and someone could come get her? I'm certainly not prepared to make that journey. That's a long journey for someone of my
I'll send a letter
inferior
to
skill, I guess you might say.
Yeah, I'll
The
send a
Order of
letter to
Inquisitors.
Judge Daramid in Lepidstadt. I imagine she can send someone for the child, and Havelock is going to kind of give a meaningful look to companions. And what he's thinking is like the Order can probably the Order Pound and I can probably take care of this. I think we've earned enough credit with them that they would probably be able to take care of. They could probably send a goon to pick up kid.
Flea just nods in agreement, not knowing what you're thinking.
I wish that we had the time to take her there ourselves. Unfortunately, we have a serious business that must be that is very time sensitive and must be taken care of.
Well, certainly I trust you. I'm not sure why, but you seem like trustworthy folk. Perhaps if I do this favor for you, you might owe me one, or maybe you could I don't know, put up some funds to help me pay for this kid while I take care of her.
You want to just dump this little bitch on me?
Yeah, Havelock will take the 25 gold that he has to his name.
Oh wow. Okay.
Toss it on the counter.
Sure.
Buy her a masterwork onesie.
Yeah. I think that ought to take care of any expenses you'll encounter, and hopefully compensate you for the inconvenience of stewarding her for the time being. As I've said, I don't think it's a good idea to take her out town.
Yes, and you wanted this child to be secret for the time being?
I think that would be wise.
Okay. Well, I can certainly keep secrets. She gives a wink, and then you hear a click underneath her desk, and then the bookshelf in the corner spins around, and it turns out to be a false door.
Okay, I was gonna sense motive, but like I'm pretty sure that I don't need to do that to see the fuck.
See the secret door that she just trusted us with?
Yeah.
Yep. So she carries the kid into the back.
It's a robbery! This is all a ploy!
She carries it into her storeroom and just says, I'll just need to get set up in here. See yourselves out.
Thank you.
And flip the sign to closed if you would.
Yeah, Flea was going to do that anyway, but I'm glad she said it.
Yeah.
How
I don't
much
think it
gold
makes much
does everyone
difference.
else have?
Nobody here can read.
I have.
Havelock, are you
1,000.
projecting on everyone in your party? I feel like you're
I meant
projecting a little.
Ilmar. Nobody in
Oh,
Ilmar.
okay.
Not the party.
So I know Havelock can't
Ilmar.
read.
Havelock has intelligence 8. If anybody has struggles to read in the party, it's him.
Yeah. Well, we know he
He
can't
can read
count.
the Bible. It's the only
We know he
book
can't
needs.
count for sure.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
must-
headwind, though.
That's a Havelock family trait.
right. They have all
It's
swan
listed
songs
on
are
his traits
dyslexic.
section.
Is everyone's gold level that pretty close to Havelock?
Probably
I don't
not.
think so.
I spent all my
No.
I was
gold.
gonna say because I have like 900 something.
Look at
gold.
What? I have
Yeah, I've
like
got
4
like 6K.
grand.
Yeah, I
Maybe
spent
so.
all my gold in
Yeah.
in Thrush on the way down.
right.
Yeah, I've been
Y'all
saving
stop.
up.
We also have a lot of money worth of stuff in the bag holding it
Right.
that we just can't sell because,
Well,
I just
Because-
upgraded my weapon,
Where-
and then I loaned Plea like $2,000 for the
okay.
belt of physical.
Something while we're
Did
talking
the-
about the like out of game stuff. I am not going to be able to play the 4th. So I work that Thursday, so I'll be leaving like an hour after we start anyway. I mean, we could play for like an hour, but
gotcha.
I got given this information like yesterday when I was up.
Okay.
I just forgot about it till now.
Well, before
So
we
Was that
leave,
secret door there the whole time, or is she just like, or did you make that up for the?
Who can say?
I feel like 50 gold isn't enough, or 25 gold isn't
Are you
enough.
kidding?
To...
25
Oh,
gold's
is that
a lot.
is a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's
a-
not a lot for us, but for the
Okay.
common folk.
We
Yeah,
come
it's-
across that all the time, murdering high-level
Yeah.
religious
Yeah.
cult leaders.
I would take 25
Uh,
gold and just like throw it in
yeah.
a toilet just because I could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
but for a farmer, that's like
A
6
gold-
months
that's
salary.
months.
A
Or-
couple
That's
gold
months.
is like a year's salary or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Okay, because I was gonna like throw in
No,
maybe
25
50.
25 should be a
25's
pretty,
okay? Okay.
a pretty, that's a pretty lucrative
Okay.
offer to babysit for like what, a week or two
Hmm.
tops. Yeah. And Havelock will.
Although we
take
are
up-
kind of like Elon Musk rolling up saying, "Here, take care of this kid. Here's a G note," and walking
That's
away.
all That's literally all the money I have. so,
I know,
Yeah,
I
but
thought it
but we as a
yeah.
group are like
Right.
multimillionaires.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Should we roll up in our Benz?
Uh-huh.
And you're
yeah,
also-
come for this baby.
You're also basically promising that someone will eventually be by to pick up the child.
Yeah. I'll write a letter to Judge Dermot explaining the situation and ask her to send someone from the order to or just from Grave Charge even to get the kid.
Oh, and just like explain the situation. That makes sense too. Actually, that's probably
Yeah.
more what your Inquisitor would want to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Although
I think
you do have connections to the Order as well, so I don't know. It's up to you.
yeah, I think grave charges would make more sense. Like the Order is a secret society. It'd be weird to be like, take this kid. Grave charge is literally an orphanage, like of the Pharasman faith, in part. So I think grave charge would make sense, but I trust Judge Dermot.
Oh, okay. Well, the Order would probably work with Grave Charge anyway to arrange that, but yeah.
Sure.
Unless they have some kind of bloody sacrifice they need the kid for.
That's the
Uh,
one
you
thing
know,
they do. They
sometimes
try
you
to
gotta-
stop evil, but every once in a while they just kill a baby.
Yep.
Could happen.
Every once in a while.
Sometimes you accidentally kill a baby.
Whoops. Oh, I thought it was
Who's
a
still on
goat.
QAnon?
Oh well.
Sorry for dragging us down this tangent.
No,
but
not at all.
it felt
This
very
actually
morally
has
queasy giving the
it
kid
has
back.
experience and story implications. So you did well.
Yeah, I think after that was done, Havelock would be like, let's get back to Undiomede house and finish this.
Still obsessively searching for ghosty monster goos
All right.
with a
Oh.
45
Nice.
if we're in a forest area.
Yeah, good
Soup.
stuff.
Soup.
Mhm.
Heal me.
Mhm. Yes, I can heal. I can heal does everyone need a little heal, or do you want me
I
to
think
just
it's just me that's
Okay.
low.
I have a little bit, but I not enough to spend a channel energy.
Cool.
I'm at 54 of 71.
With a 45, I believe you see the faintest little. You catch a bit of movement out of the corner of your eye, out of the very top of the mansion.
Do you see that? There's something up on the top of the mansion. I can't make out what it is though.
Let me see if I can give you something there.
I mean, with the 45, you can pretty much see invisible things.
That's no. I think you catch the faintest glimpse of a purple. It almost looks like a tail that goes. And it's purple and it's a bit leathery.
Okay, it doesn't look like one of the worms though.
No, it looks like
Okay.
something else.
Okay. I will convey this information saying it looked like some sort of tail. It was purple and leathery looking, although we're quite some distance away yet.
Is it large?
You would think the creature it belongs to must be pretty big for you to see it from here.
It must be pretty big to see from here. Certainly no roof-scuttling rat.
Per tail of some evil creatures.
You're cutting in and out because you're speaking either really quietly or
It's
stopping
because
too
I'm speaking.
often.
It's both of those.
Okay.
I've heard tale of creatures that match that description. A dire Barney, for instance.
Ah,
Please
yes.
slaps Havelock across the face.
The one who is not
Do
anyone.
not choke off the Barney.
Did you hear a
The one
birthday
who is
song
not loved by anyone.
some sort of celebration for doing menial chores that are always drawn to children?
It pledges its love and then devours its victims.
Disgusting.
The dire Barney.
Dire Barney. I think we'd best get on with it.
Yep.
Havelock
Ilix
will.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ilix, typically walking vanguard, would sort of lead us back around to the hole in the side of the house.
Yeah.
Yep, retracing your steps makes sense.
Yep. Havelock will.
As we approach the house, Plea keeps a very sharp eye out for slugs.
Yep.
Yep.
Good
And
idea.
with your renewed interest in the slug, Ilix, I think now is a good time for your thought that maybe there was something else to the phase door that you went through.
Now that you mention it, I noticed something as we passed through that stone.
You don't think you should have lost the trail, basically?
Yeah, I feel like there should have been. Something is amiss with that. I want to go re-examine whichever way. It was up here, right?
Yes.
Or was it? Yeah.
What?
I want to
No,
examine
it was
this.
down
No,
here.
he's right. No,
Right?
he's
This?
correct. No, he's standing
Here.
next to it.
Oh. If you're not
Oh.
standing in that square, you can't see it.
Oh.
And we'll go there, and I assume find the outline of a trapdoor.
Yeah, you have to activate the phase door again with the necklace, but
Okay.
Is there a slot on this side to do that?
yeah. Sure.
I do it, and then see. Look here, and I'll say, open or kind of trace the outline of the trapdoor.
Yeah, so I think basically what I'm imagining is that last time you were so dazzled by the fact that you could walk through a rock that you didn't bother to look down at the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So this time when you enter in there, you can see a small wooden trapdoor no locked or anything. It looks like you could pull it open quite easily.
It looks like it leads down. I think maybe the worm went down this way.
And
Perhaps we should
go
prepare
ahead.
ourselves. Yeah, I was going to say we should prepare ourselves before we open it.
Please ready, and then signs to his friends that it is a worm, so it might be on the walls or even the ceiling. So keep your eyes peeled as we go down, and pulls out his
Yeah.
iron torch to float around him.
Yep.
Havelock cast light on Gabby's great sword.
Okay, I will throw open the door.
Okay. Remembering that you only have a few moments before the rock returns to its solid form, you hurriedly enter the trapdoor with your friends close behind. And I will get you over to the other map after I make sure that it is all hunky-dory and ready to go.
That's me looking for slugs.
Yeah,
After we
I'll go
enter.
ahead
Makes sense to me.
Psh, gotta do me up.
In fairness, it's kind of my thing, but
My thing.
It's almost my thing. I just
it is
am not
almost your thing. You are right there.
I'm doing as good as a human can.
Okay, so who is going down the stairs first? Felix, right?
I threw open the door. I think
I think
I
I would
don't-
go first.
I think we've blown any surprise that we have for
I
anybody.
think that's fair.
So I think punchy tough people go first.
I think somebody with excellent reflex. Like,
Yeah,
please,
I
probably
volunteer.
best.
I can go to.
Havelock also volunteers you.
Voluntold.
He's like
No,
getting ready to jump
solidarity.
down, and like all of a sudden, like as he leaps, he feels like a small push on his back, like as
Oh
if
no, you really
Havelock was
committed,
like
didn't
a
you?
little bit too late to jump down or
Yeah.
push him down.
Okay, see if I can get this set up correctly.
Boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop-boop.
So it is dark down here, so you will need some kind of light source.
I already have an iron torch around me.
So I'm going to move your tokens down onto this new map, and then I'll move you over. And I will let you guys set up your lighting on your tokens with VTT. You should be able to see them here.
Da-da-da-da.
Wait, why don't I have VGT on? Oh yeah, that's right. It was causing problems.
I can do it for you if you want.
Thank you. I mean, I can just grab a torch.
How do you set up lighting on your own token? T?
Did that torch work? Yeah, it did.
I think so. Yeah, it just hasn't loaded for everybody yet. That's way too big for a torch.
Oh, that's the torch you gave us. I deleted it. You can just add me light.
I think I might have done that.
Oh, yeah, because you can see farther than anybody else.
That makes sense. What with that low light vision?
Mm-hmm.
So I set light emitter as 30 foot. Is emitting light? Yes, and then I have a multiplier at 360-degree angle multiplier 2. Does that
would-
sound right?
Yep, that would be for you. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I still can't see. I don't know. If I can see
Okay,
through the
so
wall.
the only reason that it was weird for me is because of your elf friend.
Blah.
Okay, just re-enable VTT, reloading the page.
I gave you your torch back. I think you should be fine with that. I think you need to give your token vision, though, please.
Oh, is it just 20 feet for?
Yeah, 20 feet for the torch. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That is-
I did. That is incorrect on my part. I was
That's
thinking
not working for me.
30 feet. 20.
Boo.
Update. Okay.
Could not find character.
There
Oh,
we
it's
go.
still loading.
Okay.
Okay, Iron Storm.
Bounce. Beep boop beep.
And I got my sanity updated. I'm sure
I'm-
Elix is going to have just fucking fantastic dreams.
I'm not totally sure why Xenesis can't see the torchlight.
Neither can I. I had to get revealed
Havelock
like that.
can.
I cast light on Gabby's greatsword, so I just made myself emit
A light emitter.
30,
I'm not sure why you guys wouldn't have sight.
but I can see the torch.
Well, we can also just do this with the Advanced Tug of War, which is what I'm doing anyway. So I'll just put 20 feet on. How's that, Zuzu?
I mean, I'm seeing a map, but I can't really tell a difference.
What do you mean you
Is
can't
there
tell
yellow?
the difference? It's lit up now. It was gray before.
No, the whole thing was lit up.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, sure.
Was it? I thought you couldn't see.
The whole thing was black, and then all of a sudden I got this nice big chunk.
Yeah, that's.
That you're seeing right now.
When was that?
I don't know, maybe like 45 seconds ago.
Okay.
So whatever you did like 2 seconds ago didn't change anything.
Okay.
Cool. Well, Plea went down first. And
I need to
is
get
looking for
Leopold
slugs.
figured out first.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're good.
How's that, Leo?
Looks good.
Alright. So everybody just has light sources, we'll pretend. It'll be fine. Alright. So Plea goes down first. I'll let you guys figure out who is in what order as we move on ahead.
I'm reflexy, so I can go second. And
I'll
also
go third.
sneaky.
I'm the next tanky. I'll go third.
Sure, I'll go fourth.
Guess I'll pick up the rear.
In the rear with the gear.
Okay.
Richard gear.
You may proceed down the ramp or down the staircase.
Did our perceptions reveal anything?
Just pretty typical cave sounds.
Cool.
We should be wary. There's
Scratching
a
noises.
significant amount of water down here that was leaking from under the house.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I can't believe this happened because I wasn't even thinking of this when I was looking at it. But when you rolled that like super high perception, I was just like looking through the perception DCs. One of them is literally sense a burrowing creature underneath you for 25, which you annihilated.
With a
With a
40
45?
41 or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
I mean, the DC to detect a stealthed invisible creature is plus 20 to their stealth roll. So
I guess this wouldn't be burrowing under you anyway.
Okay, so I put a
And-
tint on the map so that
Okay.
it's a little
I
more
like it.
undergroundy instead of bright yellow, which is kind of
Yeah.
a strange color choice.
I thought that I just went into fog of war mode. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought I would. That's why I said something.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So entering this chamber.
Yeah, Plea holds up like the fist to like stop behind him while he looks into this chamber with his light.
These crudely carved stairs open into a wide natural cavern. An alcove on the north holds a glass tank which stands perfectly in which stands the perfectly preserved corpse of a man. A single large discolored bronze bell inscribed with strange runes hangs from one wall.
Fucking Skaven.
Dang, Skaven. I'm
Plea looks
casting
around the
Keen
room.
Edge on Gabby's greatsword.
Looking for slugs.
Yep.
Perfectly
Alright, team.
preserved corpse
Slug
of
check.
a man.
Yeah, so the path of the slug, which you can still track, I think, without needing to make a new check, actually passes through this room and then up the staircase on the far side.
Looks like it didn't stop here. What is this over here?
Plea
Is that a
enters the
man in
room
there?
and looks at the man and sees if he can identify him, I guess, or if there's anything identifying on him.
So if you'd like to, he's pretty much perfectly preserved. I think you could probably do a heal check or something to that effect.
Plea signs over to Senesis.
Oh,
you tell how
actually,
he died?
no. It says anyone. Okay, so no. From the statue in the center of town, you recognize this face almost immediately.
Oh shit!
As
Undiomede.
the preserved body of Cassius Undiomede.
Wow. So if I
Plea
touch
looks
him, it's
at
good
his-
luck, right?
Plea looks at Senesis with horror, abject horror upon his face. Plea signs no. Just like
okay.
spells no.
With that
his
heal
hands.
check, you are able.
Sir, are you okay?
You know he's dead, but you also know that from your time studying the healing arts, you recognize the fluid that he is in as most likely a form of alcohol.
Ooh, drinkable too.
Question.
No, definitely not that kind.
Question for this kind of body preservation. Not okay with Phrasma, right?
I mean, they're not resurrecting it. It's not
undead.
I don't. Yeah, it's not undead.
I actually don't know, because when you entomb it, I guess it just matters if it was done respectfully or.
Yes, the intent behind the preservation, I
Yeah.
think, is the crux, not the manner in which it's done.
And plus, his body doesn't look like it was
It's well preserved.
used or anything.
But it's been, how long has it been? A couple hundred years, right?
He did. Yeah, he way did.
This is because he founded the town,
Mhm.
and that's been quite some time.
But
I mean, he's obviously
extremely
dead,
well-
but how long has he been here?
Oh man, Havelock
time-
is suddenly looking all around, because I've got a feeling that this is some sort of immortality play by this guy, because he didn't have a great reputation, from what I recall, as being, he was a pirate, right?
Pirate that founded the town.
Yeah, he was literally
he was
they
given a
bribed
lordship
him
to
to
basically
stop.
bring him in tow.
Yeah.
Bring him in line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth a commune spell to ask what Pharasma thinks about this. But I mean, it feels unnatural, that the way that his body's preserved.
Yeah. Plea looks around the room, and at the other, there was something else.
Yeah, so there's actually another thing mentioned that wasn't in the flavor text for the room. There's a small lectern next to the tank that holds a book that looks like it's been bound in shark skin.
Ooh, that's cool.
More sea motifs.
Plea looks at his magical friends and says, "Is that magical? Can I touch it?"
Ooh, I detect magic.
It is non-magical.
I don't detect any aura of magic.
Plea
But-
opens it and begins to read.
It doesn't take you long to establish that this must be the journal of Cassius, and it looks to have been preserved in almost like a reverent sort of way, since it's on this lectern next to his preserved body. In it, he describes his first meeting with what he calls his neighbors. He doesn't describe them in any kind of physical detail, but you do get the impression that he knew they were not human. He talks about how they met with him and how they agreed to help his town flourish and protect him and his citizens if he was willing to give up his daughters and his heirs' daughters and his people's daughters.
Whoa.
So that was a fucking lie.
What do you mean?
His town did not flourish. He doesn't seem super well protected.
His town flourished the entire time that the fostering pact was honored, but except for now.
So it's sort of like been alluded to this whole time, out of character, because like I feel like Ryan, your understanding of this town is like they're horribly evil. Like it was a good town until Dagon kind of swept in and stole Gosra's temple and like fucked up with their religion of giving their daughters to these neighbors.
You still think that the temple was ever to Gosra, you sweet summer child.
Well, no, but like the understanding is that like this has been corrupted recently, and that's why the town is in such disarray. It's like
that's one interpretation.
That wasn't the impression that I got.
It certainly doesn't jive with my understanding, but
I thought the statue in the middle of town was actually like well made and like well preserved. I don't like just like the recent history of Ilmarsh was like shitty.
No, so
I thought its global and eternal history has been shitty.
So you know that it doesn't have a great reputation just because of the way people look and the way people smell, and everybody's just sort of odd. But you'll remember that when you investigated the statue and just
as we described,
as you investigated the statue, and I told you about the town of Ilmarsh and like the history of Cassius, you would have known that under his leadership, the town did flourish, as it was originally called Baytown. This was before it was Ilmarsh.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, like from the journal, you now know that he had created this pact with the neighbors, and they did ensure bountiful catches, and the town did flourish. They did very well under Cassius's rule. Nobody really knew the nature of it, but they just knew that they gave up their daughters, but they had all the food they would want to eat, all the money they could want to have, and they were like well cared for, and nobody attacked their cities, and like they did well.
Yeah, that was my understanding. Is like this town did well at one point.
Yeah,
something bad happened.
And in particular, there's a line in the journal where he says, I can only ensure the health and prosperity of Baytown and my own line by giving the neighbors what they require, even if that means giving up my own daughters and those of my heirs and those of my people. Regardless of my personal feelings, it is a small price to pay for such security.
The sacrifice of few to save a million.
Mm-hmm.
More like to ensure that his vanity town
pretty much
functions as desired.
So that is what I guess we could just say that's what Plea gleams from this journal as he pieces together all of the chunks of information that he's got up to this point.
Yeah.
Well, if I wasn't
Plea just like explains what he's reading, like as he's reading it. Interestingly enough, it's probably just easier for everyone to read over his shoulder because they have to decipher sign language.
Yeah, this is literally a more efficient version.
If I wasn't convinced to burn this place to its foundations before, then I certainly am now.
It seems indeed like a wretched pact, but it now explains the town's willingness to do this because they've been doing it for hundreds of years.
Is this just like adverts where like instead of like cash for gold, it's like cash for kids,
Female kids.
Prosperity for women.
prosperity for kids?
Give us your daughters, and we will give you riches beyond your wildest dreams.
Hey,
I mean,
this is an Epstein joke somewhere.
They do
We
have,
buy kids any condition.
They do have a lot of fish gold.
They do have a lot of fish gold.
So there's that.
And fish gold is like this weird type of gold that is found at the bottom of lakes, right?
Yeah, it's sort of reddish in color.
Yeah.
Because it's spent time amongst the sediment.
Yeah, Flea is kind of disgusted with this man and sees that he's preserved and not buried, and is kind of like a little bit disgusted by that.
And the last detail that I will give you, Plea, since you've had a lot of Ilmarsh's backstory kind of filled in for you now, you're also going to find a brief mention in there of the home of the neighbors being beneath the Turn Rocks, and that he introduced a form of capital punishment where people that they didn't want around anymore were going to be tied to the rocks, and then the neighbors would take care of them.
Do we know about the Turn? Like, is that like a place that we know of?
Yes, when you passed there early on, there was a man who was chained to the rocks.
Gotcha.
This was when you met Horace Kroon.
He's a bad dude.
When you say turn, is that like the bird a tern? Or is that
T-E-R-N?
Yeah, there's a bird called a tern.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing is what that
They're probably named after that.
too. Yeah,
I thought it was named after
peck people to
sailors,
pieces.
saying like "turn rocks."
I mean, he was a pirate.
Yeah.
Beyond that, all that is in this room is the bell on the wall.
He looks at the bell and says to his friends, "Well, there's no way I'm ringing that."
Well, yeah, you
Gives
sign that,
like a thumbs up.
and everyone thinks you're joking because there's no clapper in the bell.
Oh,
Funny joke, Plea. You jester. Yeah. I detect magic on the dude.
There is no magic
Cassius?
on Cassius.
I guess the only question now is like, should we do anything about his dead body? And treating it with like the proper respect.
Perhaps we should
maybe after we
dispense
explore.
with.
We have to find the slug.
Let's.
What if the
let's
slug
take
is
care of
in
him
the
first.
dead creature?
We saw the trail go elsewhere.
I think it's sealed fairly well to maintain this
Mhm.
level of preservation.
Oh.
The glass is quite thick.
Yeah, Havelock wraps on it with knuckles.
It immediately, Shattered.
It immediately
All right.
shatters and drinks some alcohol.
Phase 3. No, kidding. Dramatic music
Zombie
begins
corpse
playing.
worm man. Da da da.
Okay.
Plea begins following the trail of the.
Did we look at this bell thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you saw there's no clapper, but you didn't really take too much other look
Where was
at
it? It was like just on the other side.
Oh, let's see.
I'll take a closer
It
look
just
at it.
hangs from one wall, so I imagine it's on the opposite wall from Cassius. That makes sense to me.
Perhaps there's some instrument to strike it with somewhere.
Plea advises against ringing the bell until we've explored further.
Hanging from the bell is a fish gold medallion resembling a cross between an eel, a fish, and an octopus. It is identical to the one that you found on Albor Valtirio. Whatever. The Vizier.
Oh, okay.
Albert
Albor.
Vizirio.
Mm-hmm.
Albacore Vizirio.
Mm-hmm. Albacore Vishnu had one just like this.
Visceral albatross.
I'm just imagining like Vishnu, but with a fish face now because of albatross.
Vishnu. It's Vishnu. Anyway,
Vishnu.
before we make fun of any more gods,
Does anybody have knowledge arcana?
I do.
Can you
Yes.
roll that for me,
Please,
please?
dumb.
Can I cast
No.
guidance on me or no?
Sure.
Raise.
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
wouldn't you?
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-boo.
So that's a 27.
Hell yeah.
So Havelock doesn't give it a second thought, but Xenesis, you remember something from a long time ago that you read, that a bell is usually a focus for an alarm spell.
Oh. So, the bell, from my like research and prior history, it's usually for an alarm spell. So I think we better keep an eye out.
Please,
So-
if the bell is like currently has magic being cast on it for an alarm spell.
Well, did we detect magic on it?
Nope.
Not yet.
We
Oh,
detected on the room. No, maybe not. I
didn't.
guess just
I-
the dude.
Yeah,
I detect magic on
yeah,
the bell.
journal.
Then. Does the bell have any magic?
It does. A faint abjuration aura emanates from the bell.
The bell is, yes, it is emanating some kind of magical. Let's see. Is it? No, it's spell.
I believe it.
Spellcraft.
Identifying a spell effect that's in place should be Arcana, I think.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, got it right.
So yeah, you would know that they're like based on your assumption that this is the focus of an alarm spell and the fact that you detect magic and it's an abjuration aura, you know this is an alarm spell.
This is definitely an alarm spell, so we really need to keep our eyes out.
Think
Is it
that
possible to
we've
know what
already
triggers?
triggered this.
No.
Do. Alarm creates a subtle ward on an area you select. Once the spell is in place, thereafter sounds a mental or audible alarm each time a creature of tiny or larger size enters the warded area or touches it. So it is perhaps safe to assume this alarm has already been triggered.
Yeah, that would be about my guess. Yeah, Havelock keeps Gabby's greatsword up and at the ready, and he says, my guess is that whatever this cavern was created for, its inhabitants are already aware of an intruder's presence.
Mm.
Well, hopefully.
And as you say that,
Oh.
Well, it's a little frog creature.
It's a scum!
Scum!
That's a scum.
Oh, now I see what the artist was getting at.
So as you say that, Havelock, Leopold, you turn around just in time to see this scum kind of peeking down the corridor at you. And I'll need you guys to roll initiative as he begins shouting down the hallway.
Does he?
We need to build an arcane silencer for Leopold's pistols.
Does he say anything intelligible?
Or in common.
Unless you speak Undercommon.
Nope.
This character does
That's
not,
a
but my
no.
dwarf does.
Well, actually, I think these guys speak Common just because of the... Let me see if I can find that bit. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
But I think they might also speak Undercommon.
It's what they can speak versus what they would speak, I guess.
Well, if they can speak it, that means they can understand it, so we can ask him not to attack us.
Please, fish monster, don't.
I certainly hope that you have some very convincing words in mind.
Yes.
Pleat can't talk
Perhaps
to
if
anyone,
we-
so his
if we-
convincing words are, I don't want to kill you, but
Can we
I'm
offer
gonna
him
grapple you
some
to
fish
death."
flakes? Or
Some
perhaps some
fish
large
flakes.
insects?
Man, we should have kept the child. I'm kidding.
Oh my
I'm not.
God.
Oh wait, I'm
Horrible
not playing
person.
my reptile person.
So yeah, he is speaking another language. I don't think you recognize it unless somebody speaks Aboleth.
No.
Definitely not.
Sure don't.
Oh God.
Fairly certain that nobody speaks Aboleth.
So, at least I think he can speak Aboleth. Maybe it's just the main guy. I don't know. He can speak Aboleth. Yep. Awesome.
Does he speak get fucked?
We did roll nat 20 on what aboleths are, but we wouldn't know their language. So if we saw one, we would know what they were.
True.
I didn't even know aboleths have language. I thought they were all mental. They just telepathically speak to you.
You know, that's a good point. He'd probably speak Common. They don't actually have Undercommon. So, he will yell down the hallway, "Intruders!"
I love how they speak
Oh,
common.
they have a language. Because aboleth in their own language is actually owner, master, or god when translated to Tal'dun.
That's fine. They're going to speak Common because these guys have been dealing with the people of Ilmarsh for quite some time, so they speak Common.
Well,
These are your common run-of-the-mill scum, not the sophisticated uptown scum.
sorry.
After he yells down the hallway, you hear a large commotion come from around the corner, as well as what sounds like running significantly larger than him footsteps.
Oh, fantastic.
Sweet.
So
Please,
Leopold, it
you
is
guys
your
get
turn.
the big one.
Pages
Here we go again.
Oh shit. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back, and I'm going to unload on this ass.
Hmm.
So
Unload on
Shoot
his
first,
asshole.
ask later.
Shoot first, ass later.
don't know what touches, so that'll be a 17 on that last.
Yeah. So those will all hit.
So that'll be 32, 30, 35 damage total.
I think he might just die.
Really?
You just blew its fucking brains all over the cavern wall.
Please just. What is
35
who's?
damage.
What's
That means
35
there's a
damage
lot
is
of
a
them.
significant amount.
It's
Yeah.
significant, but like we've been fighting things that had significantly more than that
It's
recently.
one. That's a red shirt, dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, there's probably a lot. I mean, I get that now, but like,
Well, that was easy. There's probably 30 more.
yeah. But like again, like what the fucking tick.
I don't think that was the boss.
No, probably not. I didn't think so either. The boss wouldn't
Wow,
be.
Dagon
yelling
was
about-
really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alex,
there he goes.
Dagon.
We're just fighting the god Dagon and one-shot him with a gunslinger.
Nobody ever
Cthulhu,
thought
kind of a
just
pussy.
shooting him?
Nobody
Yeah.
ever tells you that.
Yep.
Kind of a pussy in a gunfight.
Also, only speaks common. Weird.
Real kind of down-to-earth guy. Surprising
Yeah.
for an interdimensional insanity monster.
Nightmare god. But yeah.
Oh, bitch, we're about to get swarmed.
That's the real nightmare, is he summons images of himself that you can easily kill, and they just keep coming forever.
Okay, so since there aren't any visible threats, Ilix is going to... which way did we hear footsteps coming from? South or west?
South.
South. Ilix is going to 5 foot for here and prepare to do a full round attack on anything that comes through that door.
You cannot ready a full round action.
So, okay, so then I'll just a regular attack.
Yep. I believe you can delay your turn.
No, I'll ready.
Okay. Xenesis.
Cool. I'll just I'll cast Bear's Endurance on Klee.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Havelock.
Havelock will take a position. Can I stand here?
Totally.
We'll stand on one side and ready an attack for the first creature that comes through that cavern
All right.
passage.
Please.
Please stands here and prepares to grab anything that comes through.
You guys. All right.
Holding the corner. This is the tactically why.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you do in my game?
We
All right,
didn't.
you didn't go charging
There was-
headlong in.
There
you
is
guys stood on
vitriol.
either side. Like you're lampooning us for doing the exact thing you
I
did
know.
in my game.
Just sassing
Wait,
you,
is
man.
this the Rune Lords game?
Yeah.
Where are
There
they?
was like
They
there was a
went to
room
the
full of
glass
goblins.
Oh,
Yeah, and they took that really long secret passage, and they literally stood outside the door and funneled them through with like a grease spell. And like he was the one that was like, "This is what we should do," and I stand here and like defend the door. And then he's like, "Oh, you guys can't believe you're doing this." Like, yeah, okay.
Our fucking barbarian yeeted them into the kiln.
I think like
So
that's
that was
the
pretty
most
great.
fun way.
Oh, it was really fun.
We
Those
don't have
poor
anyone that can do that. We're
Yeah,
all
they-
Good point.
fucking
Good point.
motherfuckers.
They've almost all died twice, so I didn't really hold it
It's
against
highly
them.
likely he's going to TPK us before we turn level 3. Like,
Oh, hi there, friend.
Oh!
well, I can't grab him, so my ready to action doesn't go off.
Well, you can
Oh,
grab
I
that
can't
one.
grab him.
Mine does.
Well, I guess whoever enters my threatened area first, I will.
The small guy would enter first.
Okay.
Big boy behind him.
Cool. It's just my
So
first attack here.
We got some big old DSO.
I guess I wait and see if he dies before I grapple him, because all these
Yeah,
ready to actions go
Havelock.
off.
And mine is
Oh.
13 to hit, unless he's an aberration.
Are scum aberrations? I don't even know.
I think
No, they're monstrous humans.
monsters.
Okay. So just 13 damage on my longbow deadly aim.
Cool. My ready to action doesn't go off.
Oh wait, you don't do your full round action, do you? It's just the one attack. He's still
Right.
alive.
Well, I mean, still, Havoc did 24 and he did 12. or
Oh
13. so
shit!
that's-
Yeah, yep. You're right.
13, but yeah.
Unless the
He's-
26 misses.
No, he did.
Okay.
This brave scum comes
figured.
running out in front of his boss and gets immediately gibbed.
Yep. That's how we do.
Splat!
I think this guy probably he's not big enough to share space with you.
Is he squeezing in that hallway?
He would be, yes.
Squeezy boy.
He is going to try to bull rush plea, I think. Yeah, he's gonna
I
try
don't-
to shove
Can
you
bull
over.
rush? I guess you can bull rush without charging. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So CM.
What is that? Like, what's it look like?
It looks like a. Well, I'll just show you.
I'm like zooming in on the token. That's a big ass fish headed.
That's a big ass fish, dude. It looks like.
It looks
He's
kind of
the-
like that.
He's the beefcake version of the.
The size difference is really not that big.
What is that game?
It's
Actually,
actually smaller.
It's smaller than the token. That's kind of funny.
Oh well. Yeah, he looks like the scum that stays at the gym all day. Actually, he doesn't even look like the scum. He looks like a completely different thing. Does he look more like the
Oh, there you go.
yeah, does he look more like the other guy
There you
from
go.
the temple?
That's
Oh, he-
cool.
I'm pretty
looks
sure I
like
saw
the-
that in Asjatar.
He looks like the biggest, darkest dungeon fish dude on roids.
Yes, he does look like he never misses Fin Day. Does he look
hope
like
you
he's
guys like that.
related to these things, or does he look like
Yeah.
the thing from the temple?
No, he looks like a scum.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
just
Would this
beefcake
be
scum.
dungeoneering or
For
You mean fish cakes?
Nature.
Yes,
nature?
fish cake.
I think
Fish
monster
cake.
humanoids is nature.
I think monstrous would still be dungeoneering.
I'll roll them both.
Crab Rangoon.
Well, that
Crab
is a-
ran your ass down.
Rolled a 2 on the first one.
He's gonna be too high level for either of those to fly.
Oof.
I think. Well, actually, no, because it's 10 plus CR. The 20 might do her. Yep. So you know that he is a well,
Die your scum.
you know he's a scum, and you know he is a giant. So he is unusually large for his
Be
species.
careful! It's a giant scum!
He's the
Oh,
he's the
nice.
Hathor Bjornsson of scum.
Um,
The mountain of scum.
he
Yep.
looks extremely strong.
Finally, a worthy opponent for plea.
Very physical.
I'm not gonna grapple him.
You can ask me 2 questions.
Defenses or special defenses or weak?
Sure.
yeah.
Defensive abilities would be improved uncanny dodge and something called naked courage.
Do I know what naked courage does?
Naked courage is a barbarian ability. It gives him extra dodge bonus to AC and a morale bonus to saving throws against fear effects when wearing no armor.
Okay. He's not wearing any armor, I'm
Correct.
assuming.
Oh,
Special attacks.
Probably wearing natural armor, but
You know he's also going to be resistant to cold damage.
Gotcha.
Special attacks. As a barbarian, he has rage and rage powers. Of which would be guarded stance, knockback, and strength surge.
Okay.
Okay, so with that information in tow, he is going to try his, I guess, knockback ability against Plea. That's pretty good. Does he roll his weapon? Make a bull rush attempt in place of a melee attack if successful. Okay, so yeah, it would still be a bull rush attempt.
You don't usually use your weapon to bull rush though, so.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so it says if he's successful at bull rushing you, you take damage equal to his strength modifier, and you're moved backward as normal. So that's weird. So he's gonna roll. Oh, Jeebus. That's a 37.
30 what?
37.
Oh, he actually does it. I'm surprised. And he beats it by 5, so I get moved back.
Do you get moved back extra with 5?
So normally a bull rush, if you succeed in the bull rush, you
get
don't
pushed
move them
5
back.
feet.
Oh, you do?
I think so.
I think for every 5 you exceed it, you can push them further.
I think that makes sense to me.
If I recall the bull rush rules.
It's
so
been a
which,
while.
if you can move my token where he puts me, it would be, I
Yeah.
guess, 10 feet back.
If your attack is successful, you push them back 5 feet. For every 5 by which you exceed your opponent's CMD, you push your target an additional 5. So yeah. He's going to push you back probably to here.
Well, shit.
I don't think he moves extra, does he, from that?
He bull rushed.
he's like
Looks like-
Reinhardting you.
He basically like knocks me back further by hitting me harder.
Well, I think he
I thought
like
a
pushes
bull rush,
you
you follow
along.
him.
Yeah. He's not like knocking you further
Yeah,
away. He's like
that's a
he's like catching you and throwing you away
Yeah.
or pushing you
I
away,
think
like
there's
Reinhardt.
a
I've been playing
different
Overwatch.
maneuver that knocks you away from him.
Gotcha.
Is that the knockback?
I think it's
What is that?
knockback.
Oh, that might be a different feat.
Yeah, so you can move with your target if you wish, but you must have the available movement to do so. If your attack fails, your movement ends in front of the target. So basically, you can choose to push them or not.
Gotcha. Well, if he's got the movement, I guess he can do
reading
it.
of that. Yep. So that is his turn. You are also going to take damage from the knockback ability. Strength mod. Fuck. Does he?
That's a lot.
Ha ha ha.
14.
Ha ha ha. So he has 27 strength.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the mod is on that.
That
Not-
would be 8.
Plus
Not
7
that much
or
higher than
8?
3.
That would be 8,
Yeah.
because it would be 5 up to 20, and then 3 up to 27.
Okay. So 8.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
3
it's
up to
8.
27.
28
That's
would be.
really not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
'cause
getting
28
him
would be
close
9.
to the squish is not so good.
It's not that much higher than mine. Like, it's considerable, but
Well, that belt of physical might plus your stacked strength to start with.
yeah,
Mine's 20.
mine is also 20.
He's also going to position his great axe above his chest, kind of in between you all and himself. And you'll see kind of a radiant glow move from his axe to his person.
Can I identify what's happening?
Yeah, spellcraft would be for that, I think.
Try.
Oh shit, he's got lights in his axe like I got lights in my shoes. This motherfucker's tight.
It blinks every time he takes a step.
It blinks every time he swings it, because like that would be the equivalent for an axe.
Fair enough.
That's probably good enough. You know this is a defending great axe.
Defending.
This scum is going to move up and try to attack Havelock and probably not succeed, but he's going to try anyway.
Good luck.
And this one's going to move up and try to attack you around the corner. Probably not great. That's going to be a 17, which I doubt hits. And that
Nope.
one is a 14, which probably doesn't hit either.
AC 20.
And the other two just use their full movement to go all the way around. So Leopold.
Well, shit. Gotta start getting rid of some of these fucking flunkies here.
Remember, please signed. You guys get the big one.
Our resident
Oh.
grapple master.
Okay.
It's useless against the big one.
Then I'll take a 5-foot bet, so he can't.
He
hit me.
specializes in murdering human size.
Mhm.
I will
Preach.
spend a grit, and I'm going to shoot his arm to see if I can disarm him of the axe.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do it.
Now, are
Wow.
you? Is this like a grit point thing?
It's a grit point thing.
Okay.
Hold on. Go get. Targeting 7th level. If you target arms on hit, takes no damage from the hit, but drops 1 carried item of the gunslinger. So he takes no
And-
damage, but I shoot it out of his hand.
What if he's holding it with 2 hands?
Still works.
Even if still works, even if held with 2 hands.
I just think this is the most broken ability.
It really is.
Because you can just completely bypass high CMD creatures. Like, his CMD is fucking 30. And, like,
That's not that big.
there's no fucking way. Like, it would be really difficult for a character to disarm him any other way.
The problem to me
I
is
would
that
just shoot
it ought to cost 2 grit to do that. Because think about like other spells to disarm a creature. They'd at least get a save against it.
He has like a limited amount of grit is the other thing.
Yeah, but he can Yeah, but my point is like it's so powerful.
It's very, very strong.
Yeah,
especially
it's like
since
an
it
auto
resolves
success.
to touch AC.
Yeah,
any big
basically
creature,
instant success.
That's why the fix for gunslingers was swashbucklers.
Yeah, I suppose
they're melee.
They're still really good, but I think like those abilities are so powerful they ought to like a spell that would do the equivalent would be like a higher level spell. You get maybe 1 per day.
I mean, generally, I only use it once per day. Like the disarm. Sometimes I'll use it once, maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you'd get it like once.
The disarm spell is level 2.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess the issue that
but you get a save against it.
The issue that I take with it is that like big creatures that are hard to disarm and hard to do combat maneuvers against almost always have low touch AC, and so the gunslinger just gets to ignore. gets to ignore all that.
Instead of disarming him, what I would have done instead, if I couldn't disarm him, is I would just do a full round action to sunder his weapon from.
No, I'm gonna allow it. I'm reventing my frustrations with the gunslinger design. I mean, this campaign existed before gunslingers did, so it's not really balanced around that at all.
Well, I mean, Rune Lords, you guys are going to notice that with Rune Lords with your part. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, our bolt ace isn't always there, but yeah. Okay.
The ace. The ace stands for absent.
You will hit, and he will drop his great axe.
I don't know if it'll land in his square or if it's just around him.
I believe it would still be in his occupied area.
Yeah,
it doesn't fly away.
Quick, Alex, shoot the backs away from him.
he just drops.
Yeah.
I'd rather get punched by him than hit by an axe wielded by him.
5 foot, and we make with the shooties. Deadly
Sounds
aim.
Good. He's lost defending.
So we got a 31 and a 23.
Oh yeah. He's a
Both
big
of
boy.
those hit.
He's easy to hit.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 13 and a 12, so that's 25. Plus mini shot. So that's 35.
35 total?
35 altogether.
Thank you for doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Zin assist.
Can I take a step back without provoking?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I'll move there and I'll just cast Bull Strength on Plea.
Oh, you're the best.
Yeah. You're gonna do great.
Now, Please Strength is almost rivaling this giant creature in front of him. Actually, I want. No. I'm looking at.
Well, we know it's 20.
Large creeper.
Okay. Havelock.
I'll use my swift action to activate Justice and Destruction. I will 5 foot to here, and I will full attack the big beef boy.
There is currently a scum in that square.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, you can't tell because there's a dead one under.
I 5 foot here. Full attack big beef boy.
Okay.
I was wondering what the other one that hit me, where he was. I thought maybe it was that guy who moved up, but anyway, full attack, big beef boy. Well, I doubt that's going to confirm.
My 23 hit him, so.
Well, the four.
No, sorry.
12.
Sorry. I misread that.
Yeah. So that how much damage is that if they both hit?
54.
All right.
Fuck, I think I have something that gives me a bonus to confirm, but I don't think it would
Cleave
matter.
is threatening, so you do have a +4 on that. Or no, that's friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Feet.
Different things.
Fuck, I forget what class feature.
Power critical, I think, is the feat. If you have,
I don't have. Definitely, it's not a feat. It's a class feature or a spell effect. But no, that's flaming burst causes crits to become.
Flaming burst is what I did in the toilet earlier today.
Okay.
Maybe it's the justice judgment.
That's what I'm trying to find, but there's so many other things named.
It's the +1. It 10th level. It's doubled on all attack rolls made to confirm critical hits.
Yeah, and I didn't judgment surge it, so it's not. It wouldn't count right now. So yeah,
Actually, I can grapple large creatures. Oh.
He suddenly just powers up like.
Actually, my strength is like a 52.
Well, no, I was like
Weird.
looking. I thought that maybe strength.
I think it's
would
like
have
2
something to
categories, right? Is it
There's-
2 categories that
In
you can't
5e, it's 2 categories, but in Pathfinder, I don't see any rules against it. It's just that large creatures have really high CMD, so like you're discouraged from doing so.
Anything
Yeah.
2 size categories larger than you cannot grapple. Period.
That makes sense. Because at that point, you're riding
I also
You're
can't
just-
trip them.
You're just wrapping your
That's-
arm around its wrist.
it. Yeah,
Well, it's
that's a
like-
ride check.
Like huge things, I can't trip with the
Yeah.
tripping shot.
Cool. Well, in that case, since I have fucking a gazillion strength and guys, we're gonna do this. I'm grappling him,
All right.
Hug the
Nice.
fish.
or not, because I rolled like a fucking
Yeah.
shitty 4.
That's not gonna work out for you, bud. You don't provoke though, because you're all special.
But yeah,
So.
I have feats. Lots of.
He is going to 5 foot to here. At which point he is going to claw and bite you.
Sure.
Because does picking up a weapon provoke? I bet it does.
Yeah, it does.
I
Unless
believe
he's
it
got,
does.
unless he's got a weapon leash or a weapon rope to put.
Weapon chain.
I think it's. I think that's what it is.
There's probably a feat that lets you do it quick draw or something, but
Pick up
Maybe.
an item is a move action and it provokes an attack of opportunity. At least on the Roll20
yeah,
list, I don't see it.
that's what my cheat sheet says as well.
Cool.
And I don't believe cleave actually would probably apply to his claws.
I don't know that actually.
I think cleave is just a feat, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless it's on a weapon.
You take a -2 to your AC, and then if your first attack hits, you can roll the second attack against an adjacent creature to the first one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it doesn't say anything about a weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's interesting. I would have thought it would require a weapon.
I
Well,
mean,
I
if you got
guess
big enough
humongous-
fucking claws, they'll go.
Yeah, like I think
No,
Tarrasques
it's
have cleave.
fine. You could claw a natural attack. I would,
Well, like
Cleave.
cleave on bite seems weird, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cleave on a
Personal
bite sounds
call.
like some kind of
Yes.
nautical knot.
Nautical nonsense.
A little rope
that's what
humor
we're-
for you there.
That's what we look for.
That's what this channel's all about, right?
So he is upset that this top hat wearing motherfucker shot his arm and made him drop his.
Not a top hat, but all right.
That's what I mean.
It's
He's
a
a dumb
flop hat.
He's a dumb fish. What does he know? Oh yeah, he's got to do this thing first.
Oh, can I Photoshop my hat onto him? I think that would.
Oh well, he succeeded that save, so he's good.
Uh oh. Let's say it. Is he fucking infected?
Oh boy. That's a crit threat right there, boys and girls.
Neat. How much you hit me for?
Uh-oh.
Does a 24 confirm?
I don't think so, actually. Hang on.
If your
Damn.
AC is higher than 24 right now,
Mine's a 22.
I quit. Mine's 20.
Mine's 22.
It is
He's a Dexter
24.
character.
Wow.
Wow.
So yes, it,
Go hit.
Okay.
What are you wearing?
the amulet of natural armor, gunslinger dodge.
What aren't you wearing?
The
Oh,
buckler
gunslinger dodge. Okay,
and
that's a thing.
Yes,
Buckler. Yep. Okay.
and chainmail +1.
Okay. Yeah,
hang
I'm wearing a +1 chainmail shirt. I've got +5.
Oh, and the ring of protection.
Dex. Ring of protection. Natural. Yeah, so that makes sense.
It all
You
stacks up. It's just
You got
and
you
he's,
got
and
2
he's
extra
high
+1.
dex.
Yeah,
I guess
we're
we're both high
both.
dex.
Yeah, we're
Fine.
both. I think we're both 20 dex, or very close to it. So
Okay,
I'm
so
18.
that is going to be 13 plus. That would be 11. So that's 24 damage from the claws.
Also, you cannot cleave during a full
Oh,
attack.
he's got 2 claws. So that's actually from the 2 claw hit. Does he?
Again, if this was the axe, I'd probably be dead by now.
I
'cause
think
that's
he
strength
hits
and a half.
with 1 claw, and it's 24 damage, and then he's gonna try to cleave. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
this is a really good place for cleave.
Nope, there's a gap.
Well,
No,
not between me and Leopold.
yeah, these two.
There's also
Or
not a
these
lot of
two.
randomizing maneuver in
it's
here.
good, it's good that he did it against these two, because if he did it against me, he could hit all 3 of us. If he's
Oh,
got
he
reach.
couldn't. Well, I guess I'm not. Yeah.
If it's adjacent,
Yes, reach.
Well, it would have to be adjacent to the first one. So if he
No,
hit
well, I
Genesis,
thought-
it would.
Oh, it doesn't keep going. Oh, greater cleave is the one that keeps going.
Greater cleave
Right.
will keep going.
What the fuck is Strength Surge?
The
It's a
Oh.
flavor that they never released because it literally killed someone.
You add your barbarian level to 1 strength check or combat
oh
maneuver.
no.
Tried to bench press a Costco.
Did you hear me, Chris?
Yep. I see
Okay.
it. Only once per rage. Interesting. Okay.
Useful for yeeting a dude
So
up those
yeah,
fucking
he
staircases.
hits you for 24, and then he attempts to cleave Havelock next to him.
So what we've learned, Tanner, is rope humor. That's a dud. Soda humor. That's a critical
That's a
hit
hit.
with this party.
Yeah.
We fucking love our soda, our
All
1990s
about them.
soda related humor.
Yeah. That shit's
So
back.
he actually misses Havelock and kills the scum next to you.
Okay.
That in that one?
Yeah,
You have to.
Leopold.
Well, I would like to point out that Surge basically tastes like fucking
All part of the
just sugar all. I am going to
We need to
probably
figure out a way
unload
for.
on this guy.
We need to figure out a way that I can shoot this guy and not have people in my way.
Well, if you took a 5-foot step to here, you could shoot.
I
this
would
guy.
rather not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right,
How
spend a
about, can
grid
you go to
for-
this one?
You can delay
Sure.
Genesis's turn, or wait until after
Just for you.
Genesis's turn.
Gonna spend a grit, have up close and deadly on one of the shots, and I'm gonna just full round attack this guy. I don't know if he has DR or not,
He
but I'm gonna
uses
do that.
full strength to bull rush Xenesis out of the way.
Oh well, it didn't misfire. That's good. Fucking maxed out roll though on 2 of them. That's pretty. And for the up close and deadly damage is that.
I'm actually amazed that he doesn't have DR or some kind of.
Well, I mean, as a barbarian, they usually have it, but like it's pretty negligible unless you spec into it with. It's like 2.
DR2 typeless.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Dang.
Okay, so like, there's got to be another one, right? That's like mini
There's
boss.
a lot of mini ones.
We did a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did like
We
54,
all-
didn't you?
I full attacked it. Ilix full
Felix full
attacked,
attacked it. You full
and then
attacked it
you
twice.
attacked it
Yeah.
twice. That was a lot of attacks you ate up.
If anyone's hungry for sushi, I think we got it.
I am not
This
eating
might
these.
be a little
Disgusting.
little tough.
Z,
Disgusting!
please stifles a laugh.
Get it? Do you get it?
I
That was a joke.
I didn't hear it.
I said it might be a little tough.
Plea like really covers
The
his mouth with
other
that one.
scum.
Havelock,
The other-
Havelock dies laughing. He just laughs so hard. It's like hideous laughter times 10.
All of your insanity goes to 0.
Yep. Sanity immediately drains, and he's just fucking just on the floor, vomiting with laughter.
Are you
Does
sure
that mean
he's
the other
okay?
people die? Like they also lose all their?
No,
sanity?
the scum just leave because they're embarrassed.
Havelock
Alright.
laughs so hard, you guys lose your sanity.
Ilix, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to here. Full round
Okay.
attacking this boy right here. Or what I shouldn't
Don't assume, it's
assume his
gender.
pronouns or
Look at
anything
those
like that.
look at those rippling pecs. That is
Yeah,
beautiful.
this one I can't tell, but that one huge cock.
So
big dick.
I suppose actually of note to you is that you only see male scum in front of you.
Well, I was right. So that's a
Down with the
23 and a
patriarchy.
24.
Oh yeah, you hit. He dies.
Okay. Okay. Cool. That's it.
All right.
Am I in range to like shoot him? Try to shoot from the
I think so.
I want to cause
Like
some
it.
pain.
cool. It's range. Do I do I get a roll the hit?
Yep.
It's not a bad shot.
You hit. Give me
Cool.
damage.
No, wait, I don't think that was right.
Whoops.
Sorry,
That's
that's the wrong one.
She shot her dagger at it.
We see a dagger fly through
An
the air
interesting
as
choice.
it's shot by a crossbow bolt.
The fuck?
Okay.
Just taped a,
She just
a
duct
dagger
taped it on
onto,
there.
onto a bolt.
This needs a bigger blade.
These arrows have such tiny
The
bolts.
problem with these bolts is that they're not daggers.
1d4. Okay. Okay, well, whatever. Okay. Move on.
Did
Nice
someone
shot.
shoot at me with a toothpick?
Havelock.
How? How is that even possible? Yeah. All right.
What did
I
you
step
do
up. Yeah. I move up and say, "Look at me, we're the monster."
Oh, whoops.
And
I noticed the
Teammate.
first. Oh no!
Holy fucking god.
only the first attack.
It doesn't matter.
But I
Your
think
first
I just-
attack did like
You're
50.
Yeah, I think I just,
Immediately covered in like disgusting fish guts, and everyone needs to roll will saves or lose sanity. No, I'm kidding.
Havelock turns around and goes, "Anybody in the mood for sushi?" But he makes like a really funny face.
This smells
He
fishy to
just
me.
rolls his eyes at the joke because it's been used before. And
Yeah.
he will run up and grapple this guy.
That really
Actually-
is the fate worse than death, is having to grapple with police.
Oh, yeah, that's probably worse.
It's probably very gross to
It feels
grapple.
like
this
it's
guy.
like a big waste of time, but okay.
That's what I do.
I built this for this!
Can you not deal damage like straight up?
No, I
This
rolled
is
the
my
wrong.
attack.
I read the wrong thing on my page, and I guess the only one I have inputted right now is the dagger one. I already sent
No,
a
I
whisper
meant-
to.
My
meant
my
bleed,
damage
but-
is shit.
Oh.
I don't have weapons, dude.
But sure.
Okay, the scum tries to punch Plea because it got grappled. He misses. Moving on.
I move forward, looking down the hallway, and I'll reload my. Just in case more come.
Darp's just like, would you guys please just kill this last fucking red shirt?
Why
so
would
we
I
can move
die?
on?
Yeah, no doubt.
I believe full stun. I
I'm
don't
done,
think he was
yeah.
shooting.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'd have to get out the musket now. It's a whole. He's got this. I know where this ends. It's not pretty.
Wait, so are you killing him or
No, I'm keeping
Reloading.
going.
He's
I know,
reloading. I'm gonna kill him if it gets to my turn.
bullets-
So
Alex?
Bullets are money. They're
Bullets
very
are money.
expensive. They are very expensive.
Brum, cock, cock. I don't hit him. And well,
Well, you might.
he's grappled.
minus
It's a
2
16.
AC.
My roll is 16.
Good, he dies. All right, moving on.
You put him in a full Nelson and turn him around and an arrow, thunk, right in the
right
chest.
through his head.
I mean, his AC's 13. I'm pretty sure you can hit
Oh,
him.
Oh
fuck.
lord.
Yeah, my only thing is like if I move in my turn, I can't do damage. So I don't have a great sword. I have a single
All
fist.
right.
So are
Maybe
these
we
the-
should have introduced that fish woman to these scum people. Or was she also a scum? That gigantic.
So, what are we doing?
She was a scum.
Okay.
Well, she's
A
dead
scum
now.
giant?
No, she wasn't one of these.
She was a marsh giant.
Yeah, a marsh giant or one of
Oh, okay. I
swamp
think
thing.
she'd be
thought
great
she was a
pairing
s-
for that
She
giant.
was scummy. I don't know.
No, she was green. She
She's a
was
marsh giant.
green. Yeah.
The signs. I think they may have heard the alarm.
Yes, I think that might be the case.
But we did good.
Plea loots the bodies and starts throwing
Okay.
stuff in the bag of holding.
Sure. The scum creatures don't have much on them. They all have like mundane tridents and stuff. But the big boy, you already know he has a defending great axe. As far as what kind of bonus it has, you're not super sure without a spellcraft check.
Ooh, spellcraft.
Yeah. I'll
Ugh,
assist.
Nope. Ugh.
How you want?
No, I will not. I don't fucking know what it is.
I
Um,
don't
it's got
either.
well, I guess you identified it earlier. It is a +1 defending great axe. He also has a rather large necklace around his neck that also appears to be magical, but you can't identify unless you roll better than that. Roll again.
I rolled better.
You did roll better. You met
That's
the
fair.
requirements.
Haha, I rolled even
Yeah.
better.
So you identify this as a amulet of natural armor +2.
Ooh.
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 And he also has a masterwork heavy steel shield, which is of course large in size.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
is
a
important.
sled.
And weirdly enough, it specifically says he has a medium +1 defending great axe.
So it's tiny.
So it's
No,
not.
oh,
He's
to him.
one-handing that.
yeah, I was about to say he's
Well,
probably one-handing
so
at
like the reason why it says that is that if it was large, it would be worth twice as much
Maybe.
because that's how items work.
Gotcha.
Well, no one could
so-
use a large one. I'd
So
say
that'd
it'd
be like
worth
what,
half of-
16,000 gold, something like
It would be ridiculously expensive because a +1 defending great axe
That's
is already
at
like
8,000.
4,000. Or it's
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, like it would be a dumb amount of money if it was small.
You don't find anything else on them, but they did come running from another room, so there might be
Yes.
something in there.
Plea hands the necklace over to Havelock. suggesting
Yeah,
that
I'll
he
take
should
it.
Wear that. Do you have one?
Yeah, I will swap it with my +1. So if you want to put my plus
We
one,
have extra +1s, but I'll just throw that in the bag with the
well, then
others.
fine, I'll keep it. No, it's too late. I'll keep it. Keep it
Now it's
for
a plus 3.
change.
Okay, fine. You have it now.
Haha. My just desserts.
Now, what if we take all those amulets of natural armor and wear them like bling, and have like 9 of them on our person on a round?
If only magic worked that way.
I bet there's a subclass. I think it's called Little John. I think if you go down that subclass, you can wear that many necklaces.
Yeah, that's a subclass of bard.
Yeah, I'll bet. His
Its special
bardic
ability is yeah.
I was about to say just yeah. Oh, that hurt.
It instantly drives everybody out of the room.
So that's a level 20 bard class feature. Be able to wear as many as you want.
At level 3, you get the class feature to the windows. At level 6, it becomes to the wall.
God.
At level 9, it is the sweat.
Till the sweat
dripping
drip down.
Yep.
Dot.
Sure.
At level 12, it's
Goodness.
just my balls.
My fault.
All right.
I can't believe that went that far, but okay.
Definitely a bridge too far. I will.
South? That's where the big
Yeah,
one came from.
I think the south is the area. Yeah, Hadlock Twirls is great. Great sword.
Yeah. Still being wary of Wormy McSquirmy.
Well, we know the Wormy McSquirmy went that way, but we'll keep an eye out for Wormies
Maybe
McSquirmies elsewhere.
I mean, it might have
more.
circled back around. You
The
know,
Wormies and the McSquirmies.
sadly, it's only a 37 right now.
Whatever shall you do?
Okay. Several shallow pools have collected on the floor of this chamber among a number of natural stone columns. Great smears of dried black ichor stain one wall above the corpses of 2 fish-like humanoids, obviously the victims of great violence.
Wonder if those were the victims of our giant friend. Maybe he's
Can we tell if they've been eaten or if they were just killed or?
If you get closer, you can do a heal check and establish some of these things.
These are scum.
Look pretty dead,
corpses, right?
Yeah, they look dead. They look all dead and smeary.
Yeah.
Sir, are you all right?
Look a little leaky.
Man, really not coming together for us.
I mean, you recognize them as scum from earlier. As far as what happened to them, with a 13, I'll give you that they appear to have been smashed against the wall.
Okay, my guess is that our giant friend was joining these guys. These are scum, right? They're not just other.
He said humanoids.
Oh, humanoids. I thought you said fish-like.
Yeah, they are fish-like humanoids. These are scum. These are dead.
Yeah,
scum.
they are.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, mystery solved.
So we don't care. Move on.
I don't think there's much we can do. We know
Cool.
that there were scum that were smashed to death against a wall. I'm going to guess that the giant dude probably doesn't have the greatest temperament.
Does anybody have knowledge history?
Negative.
I mean, I
Maybe.
do. Technically, I have
Yes.
his knowledge on everything.
I have knowledge history, and I rolled well.
Nice. So this is just like a little flavor from the guy you fought earlier. His scars date back to skirmishes with Kelid barbarians who were once beset in the region. This would have been 2,000 years ago.
That scum that we fought was 2,000 years old.
Yes.
Damn.
His antique great axe belongs to that era, and its origin in those lands can be recognized with a history check. And that's what you did.
Cool. I recognize this great axe as not only a super valuable magical item, but also an antique from an era that
Yes.
might be worth a lot of money to a collector.
Ooh, I can appraise
Does
it.
it have any writing on the side?
Yeah, it has like runes and shit.
I'm just gonna put a note, possibly super valuable,
Question mark.
to the right collector.
I bet the museum in Lepidstock would like that. It's an antique.
Somebody really wants to get back to Lepidstock.
I fucking love Lepidstock, dude. It was so cool there.
Other than the not being able to sleep and monsters and
Remember
courts.
how they had those like buildings and like beds?
And food. There was
Relative safety.
food everywhere.
I mean,
Every
Yeah,
day.
Alex
there was
is
food.
genuinely not sure what the appeal is in that statement.
Food they'd give you for money? It was fucking dope there.
Okay,
This place
so
fucking sucked.
what are we doing now?
I think probably moving on to the
Please,
north.
signs. Perhaps we should follow the trail of the,
Yes.
and then returns to the previous room. Should follow the trail of
The squirm.
the
Keep
squirrel.
an eye out for any bells.
It is like 3 minutes till 12. So we're gonna.
Oh, perhaps we should stop here when
Probably not a terrible stopping point.
since there's no
Chris
combat right
has a-
now.
I will say
No,
if
you
we go
have
to
to
this,
die.
the
12
map just shows that
more.
it goes back down to where we were earlier.
That is
Oh
true.
yeah.
But there's a room here
Lol.
with a lake, and they do like water.
Why are you doodling on my map?
I was unintentional. I hit the wrong button thing, and then I had to refresh my page because I couldn't click the mouse.
I've taken away your drawing privileges.
I mean, I can actually doodle.
Not anymore. I took it away.
Right on your screen with a marker. Fuck them.
Right on his screen with a
Get
marker.
that Sharpie.
Assert dominance.
Assert dominance. She's still trying.
So you guys will track the slug into this pile of what appears to be garbage and corpses and
Poop.
discarded everything.
Our
Throw
very
fire
brief knowledge of the worms, do we think they can infect corpses?
It's a possibility, but you suspect that they feed on living brains.
That makes sense.
Throw acid at it.
Please suggests that since it is in a cesspool of corpses, that perhaps we find a way to quarantine it off somehow, or destroy the pile.
I feel like if we burn the building down on top of this place, that might suffice.
We have a whole
Yes,
lot
you-
of alchemist fire left over. If we throw all of the vials at it, it certainly would either flush them out or
So the flavor text for this room is a series of natural terraces form a sloping passage descending into this cavern. Murky black waters filled with piles of compost and detritus flooding. And
detritus.
detritus flood the sloping northern floor of the cavern. A multitude of fungi and colorless subterranean creepers grow over and within this vile stew.
Gross.
It's like
Okay, so fire not gonna work.
So it's like full of bodies and garbage, and there's like
So-
some bits of shiny metal as well.
So I don't
So
know
not
how
tempting.
we're breathing in here because it sounds like it's pretty toxic.
We've been to some pretty gross
need to-
places.
I think
We
it's
need a
gross,
humidifier.
but toxic.
We need a dehumidifier down here. The air
Yeah.
is not good.
But with that revelation, I think that is probably a good place to stop. And you guys can think about what you want to do with that pile next time. We should probably establish when next time will be. We were going to try to sort out our schedule and get on a regular track, but it seems that is just not in the cards for us now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you guys just want to do, like, if you guys on the 4th just don't want to play a game, I'm totally alright with that. You can just take that time off, get your campaigns all in order, and then we can come back at the
On the
next
11th?
time. No. for Carrion
No,
Crown,
no,
18th.
no. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because the fourth is I have an extra work day, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna be leaving. But like again,
What about the 11th?
oh well, yeah. But if you guys want to make sure that your schedule for your other games is the way you wanted it, I'm totally okay.
That would actually
No.
the schedule.
What's that?
If you
If we
play
were-
on the 11th, that should fix the schedule.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was skewed because of what we're playing now or not.
Nope.
Okay, so if we I could do the 11th.
Cool.
So another game on the 28th, or not?
That would. I won't be able to play on the 28th because I'm dog sitting, so I won't
Okay.
be at home.
So no game for 2 weeks.
Yes, so the 11th will be the next Carrion Crown game.
Okay, that's a while.